Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Super Old Game Saturday, Friday edition, part 2, as it is. As I mentioned a couple of weeks ago when we did Luigi's Mansion, if I have to have this show on a Friday, we're going to have it on a Friday, I'll let you know. But no matter what the night is, we're here to play classic gaming goodness at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight we're going back to a game that I played last year, but we did not finish. And that was my fault because I was kind of coming into it fresh, as far as never having played it before. It was on the request of Protorova, so I figured we gotta come back to this game, and it's gonna sound a lot nicer than it did last time we played. This is Fatal Frame. This is for Tecmo. It came out in 2001 for the PlayStation 2, and it later came out on the Xbox, and it got a port to the PS3 as a downloadable game. Which, by the way, if you want to buy that now on PS3, you're gonna have to go through Sony's website in order to download it. You can't go through the PS3 anymore. But anyway, actually, one thing I'm going to do is I do want to let the opening cutscene play again, because I'm playing this game a year afterwards. I had to do test playthroughs like crazy yesterday, specifically, just to remember where are we and where are we going next. But I'm also going to let the opening cutscene play to give you a little bit of a recap of what this game is all about. I'll give you a little bit of a plot synopsis if you didn't see part 1, which is up on the YouTube site. And also emphasize one thing, which is anytime we have a cutscene in this game, I'm going to have to mute the mic. And the reason for that is because there is no subtitles to this. So actually, I'm going to be pretty quiet this show, just like it kind of was when I played it the first time. But, as I mentioned, anytime a viewer wants to see a game, ask you shall receive. I'm back, yeah! Welcome back, Protorova. It's been a long time. We're to go into the Sonic the Hedgehog stuff. Long time no see. Good to have you back for the game you asked for, and we are going to finish Fatal Frame for PlayStation 2 tonight. And, it was not loading the, okay, I guess I got to go back to press start. But, yeah, we're going to go back to Fatal Frame. And fitting for getting close to Halloween in 2 days. So yeah, this is going to be our Halloween episode for the night, or for the year of 2021. And it's definitely a good one. Looking back at the footage, I was very quiet when I was playing that game, or this game, for first part. But I was definitely getting into it. I like the suggestion. And here we go with the opening cutscene one more time. I'm going to mute the mic. We'll be back in just a minute or two.
I wonder how long it's been since my brother and I began to see things other people can't see. My big brother, he was so sweet and kind. He was the only one I could open up to about these visions. After our mother died, he was my only family.
So this is Himuro Mansion.
My brother was in search of someone. Junsei Takamine, a famous novelist, and a man my brother was very indebted to, disappeared while researching a book. When he told me that he got a lead on Mr. Takamine's whereabouts, I felt uneasy. Like he was going far away.
And we're back. Or I'm back anyway. So, alright, so that gave an idea of what's going on with the plot, because it's weird for me to come back to this game after a year of having not played it, but there's also the benefit, I guess, of this show that we don't leave games hanging. I got 2 that are hanging as they are, but I want to get to those as soon as I can possibly get to them. But knocking this one off the list. Alright, so as we saw in the opening cutscene here, we're running the case of the Hinasaki siblings. We had Mafuyu, who is voiced by Dominic Allen, who is Brad Burns in Virtua Fighter 5, Max Brass in ARMS, and if you ever played Baten Kaitos on GameCube, he voices Cavalier in that game. Hey, yo, Sweet First, good to see you. We are here with part 2 of Fatal Frame. We did this last year, or started it last year. Not with good audio quality this, and not with me knowing where I'm going, or was at least. This time it's a bit different, but hope you're doing well. Hope you're going to enjoy the Friday episode of the show and the Halloween game we have playing Fatal Frame for PlayStation 2 on the request of Perturova, who is making a glorious return to the chat, and it's good to have you. Let me know how all of you are doing, and also how any experiences you might have with this game, because I guess we kind of didn't really go into it as much last time, because in some ways I was kind of doing this blind myself. I had kind of played it a little. I had this game for about almost 15 years, actually. I hadn't finished it, but I was like, well, let's go through it. It was requested of me, so we're going to play it. And a good one for the Halloween night, as we return to where we were last time. But basically, we're playing as Miku, the sister of Mafiu, who is voiced by Rumiko Varnes, who is Alia in Mega Man X7, as well as Pandora in Mega Man ZX Advent, and she's also in a game I'm going to play at some point for this channel, Meal, from Firefighter FD18 for PlayStation 2. I have no experience with this game. Yeah, that's what I get the sense of, although this was an interesting one when it came out, because this was 2002, the US got it. It came out in 2001 for Japan. It was kind of coming in on the turf of Resident Evil and Silent Hill, especially the new Silent Hill game came out at the time, which was the second. And this was Tecmo's take, basically mixing Pokemon Snap with a survival horror game. And I guess it must have enough of a popularity of sorts, because we actually got a new game, sort of new game, yesterday in Fatal Frame Maiden of Black Water. They ported that from Wii U to everything now. It's on Switch, it's on PS4, it's on Xbox One, it's on PC. Alright, we have to go in here. I thought there was plot in here, but there's not. Last time, you have to put the code in 79235. If you don't know Japanese, you can also do what I did, which is look up a walkthrough, or pay attention to the notes, because just like Resident Evil, I may as well show this when she goes in the door. You can hit the triangle button, go into your files, and pick up notebooks and scrap stuff. In fact, I believe the one for entering was, yeah, this one, the Blind Demon Ritual. I was looking through this. If you go to the first part we had, I was struggling, what's the code for this? It's 7925, but sometimes a little cryptic, so you have to go through it that way. But I'm going in here for a very specific reason, because I need to grab items. This is a game I'm realizing when I did test playthrough on this is a lot harder of a game than I thought it was, but glad to be playing that and picking up some of the items. That's the Spirit Stone. Use that for your camera. Let me show you this. Yeah, you have multiple variances of film you can run as your ammo, and you also have upgrades you could do to your camera based on the points you get from taking pictures, as well as using your auxiliary functions, which by these you hit the L1 button, and they run on those Spirit Stones in my items, which are right here. So, yeah, you want to have a good amount of those. Keep a bit of attention on the items you have, like herbal medicine, because if you die, you're back to the title screen. We might run into that, I'm not going to lie. And the stone mirror. You can hold one of these at a time, and if you have that, if you are killed by a ghost, you're not killed. You're going to be living. Anyway, I came in here, the storeroom, because I want to get some items, because we're going to need that as we go along. And, yeah, alright, there we go. We're also getting, I'm feeling the rumble, my heartbeat going on, and that little meter on the right there is showing that a ghost is here. What happens with that is when you see orange, hit circle to go into the camera view, and you can move with the right analog stick, aim with the left, keep your viewfinder on, wait till it goes orange, or just say screw it and shoot there to cause damage. And yeah, we do that dive like that. Okay, I did it wrong. And if you don't get their head, you're going to be in trouble. But the other thing you do is also hit the triangle button when you're in this to hit this. Kill goes to the camera. Yes, that's true. So it's interesting. We had Luigi's Mansion a few weeks ago. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm gonna be very careful on this one. Luigi's Mansion, we were going through a haunted mansion from a 2001 release, and based on how this works, oh shit. Yeah, if you don't hit him quickly, you're gonna be in trouble, and I'm unfortunately in trouble already, but I do have herbal medicines to recover my health. Yeah, but you're gonna use that to do that, and they come up with a lot of interesting ways for going that. Although sometimes you're under the case where, yeah, if you go in the orange like that, that's a zero shot. Hit them with that, they'll stumble back a little. And you want to wait till the, okay, I'm doing it sort of the wrong way. You want to wait until, okay, there you go, I got her. She did that scream. Because you want to, because based on how much you let the bar charge up with the Japanese symbols at the bottom there, your camera power is stronger. But yeah, it is a camera take, and they do rate you in a ways like Pokemon Snap did, except instead of Professor Oak saying, you were close, you get points for your camera, like right here. And I can upgrade some stuff. When we played it last, I upgraded my range, speed, and max value, which is the mystical power. the Ghost of Smiley Junction again from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Fitting we had that with Luigi's Mansion. As I mentioned, we're in a Haunted Mansion for the Friday show of the program, but unlike Luigi's Mansion, it's a lot darker how we're handling these ghosts, and it's also a case where, yeah, we're in teen-rated territory with this game, but playing it, some of the details, yeah, you understand why the later entries of the series had a mature rating for sure. And you kind of wonder how this one got away with it, but with the teen anyway. But all right, I'm gonna buy an auxiliary function. I'm gonna buy paralysis. Yeah, depending on how you use your shots, you get more points off of them. And what you do is you then take care of the ghosts that way. Get another spirit stone. Ooh, yeah, sometimes you'll run into cases like that where something will burst, but it's nothing. Yeah, the 3 items in here, which were the 2 stones and the film. And certain film will be more powerful than others, but you want to save your film, as I learned when I was doing test playthrough. I was getting game overs constantly doing the test playthrough on this, but yeah, I think we should be good, I hope. Alright, so what we gotta do is, I was trying to figure when we played this last time, getting a sense of where do I go, because I had really not played it extensively until Proterovic suggested me, and thank you very much, my friend, for that one, and for getting me to come back to it. But yeah, this time I'll try to be more talkative, except during the cutscenes. I'm going to mute everything. But what we want to do now is I need to go up to the observatory to get the next cutscene, which will set the plot in motion. I was kind of wandering around at the end of the last time we played this, getting a sense of where we're going to go. But yeah, we're going to get going and also get used to this. I'm going to be running around a lot because like games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, you're going to be backtracking quite a bit, trying to get a sense, and also get used to seeing this, the map. It's on the select button. Press that and pay attention to where the doors are. The green you can go in, the red you cannot, and the blue are your save rooms or your save items. But unlike Resident Evil, you don't need an ink ribbon, and thank God for that. But last time, what happened, just to give a little bit of a plot synopsis, I could just say, like, watch the first part. But in all honesty, what happened is, yeah, Miku came in here looking for her brother. He's not here. Her brother came in because, hey, there's this writer he really likes, and he kind of sees him as a mentor, but yeah, he's wondering what's going on at this Himuro mansion we're at, but she comes in and realizes, wait a second, there's history of a lot of strange and very grotesque rituals, including one with a blinding mask where it stabs you in the eyes, and then you're going to hear that as we go, but we're going to get a little bit of an idea to that right now. I'll be right back.
Why? What happened?
Okay, so actually that's the other thing, is that this mansion has a tie to Miku and, I want to get his name right, Mafiu, who's the brother. So yeah, apparently something happened with their mother, and I guess she remembers it. Or it's being brought back. All the hidden, trauma is coming back to everybody. So basically at this point you gotta kind of follow where the cutscene tells you, but unlike Luigi's Mansion we played a couple weeks ago, it's not going to tell you explicitly where to go, so you have to pretty much use the clues you get, or pay attention to the cutscenes for the purpose of what that is. And actually, I'll say this also. This is me watching all these cutscenes for the first time. Because I was doing the test playthrough, I skipped all of them because I said, okay, we're going to see it as we go along tonight. But just because I need to get a sense of, okay, how's the run of this game going to be playing? But for all this, we're going to be getting our full cutscene experience going. But in the meantime, let me know anything any of you have in the chat about this game, history you might have, intrigue you have with it, or other survival horror games, or anything else when it comes to the Halloween holiday that we have coming up in a couple of days. Definitely it is a fitting one, and one that is appropriately terrifying as far as that. Alright, so we have to go this way. We have to go out to the hall. Unfortunately, that's the case we're running into with this. You're going to have a lot of backtracking, but in a lot of ways it comes with the territory, and it's not the worst it could be feasibly with it. But yeah, we're gonna be doing this a lot, so just be used to that. I will have to warn you that way. But also, let's just soak up the atmosphere, which this game does terrifically well. With the music, or lack thereof usually, the sound design, the lighting, which for a game that came out on the PS2 about 20 years ago, is pretty impressive. And it's running at 60 FPS, although I don't know if, chat, you're seeing it run at 60 FPS. Run to cases where it doesn't. Last part it did, but I'll find that out later. I'm going to come out to the Cherry Atrium, which we're going to be coming back to a lot, and find the flashing item. So yeah, like Resident Evil, look down there on the ground, go over there, pick it up with the X button, but we got another cutscene. Well, sort of. This is the item we saw from the Moon Observatory. Let's take a listen to what that is. Hey, Motic UK, sorry for going silent that way, but for the cutscenes, I'm going to be doing that because there's no subtitles. Looks interesting. What are we playing? We are playing Fatal Frame for the PlayStation 2, and it was also on the Xbox. This is for Tecmo. The people made Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. Every Dead or Alive game, as it might be. But yeah, in this case, you're exercising ghosts using a magical camera. But one thing I want to do is go into the item screen and change what my film is, because some of the film is going to be more powerful. I do want the 37. It's Fatal Frame, yes, and it is an interesting time of a game for sure. It's a hard one, as I realized when I was doing the test on this. Also, there's an item there. I don't think I picked that up until she goes away. One thing you also sometimes will want to do is just run around and basically trick the ghost into going into a direction. Also, because, hey, sometimes you can't necessarily see where they are and keep a bead on them, which is always a hard thing. Sometimes they'll just disappear, like, yeah, where's that going? And they pay attention to, yeah, like, they ran away. So, sometimes they'll come up like that, which is not a good thing to have happen. And they can hurt, especially at this point in the game. We're only about, I think, halfway, but already they're doing a number, so I unfortunately have to be a little careful. In fact, I did do a lot of practice and had to run into cases where I was getting game overs. Yeah, if you run into a case with the camera like that and you're not seeing the ghost, just start running, pretty much. I do have one of those sacred stones, whatever they are, which will protect me from dying. So I think I'm going to have to use that, and I wish I didn't have to right now. But the other thing I can do is also find an aux when I see them. You can tell where they are with the radar, because the brighter that orange is, the closer they are. Oh no! Alright, so there we go. That is the first case of that, but there are a couple of those lying around. But I'm going to be pretty militant about avoiding, using those. Sometimes you just want to do damage on them as quickly as you can, so sometimes just not necessarily even get to that sense. Or use that, you get a bind, perfect. Got the spirit, he was bind way behind, willing to make a deal. But yeah, you do a bind shot by using my paralysis. I want to try this, it looks fun. It is fun, it's hard, as I mentioned, but it is an interesting game. A very unique one as far as survival horror is concerned. Interesting enough, though, this game has not been re-released that much. It was only released on the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox, and it's also on the PS3 as a download. But outside of that, not much. The other versions are on other systems. There is the one that came out actually yesterday. The Maiden of Blackwater. It was on Wii U initially. They ported it to all the new systems. I get the sense people don't like that one very much. I didn't play it, so I don't know. It unfortunately was digital only on the Switch, and it still is, unless you get a physical copy. I think PlayAsia is running on the Switch. So you get an idea of the idea that, you're playing this survival horror game with a magic camera that could take the ghosts out. Ugh. Sometimes, some of the ghosts will have different patterns, so sometimes got to get in that case of, alright, there we go, got her. Finally. I would recommend it, and it was Proto Revo recommended this. I'll tell the story. Proto Revo last year, he kind of helped spearhead the SuperOldGameSaturday program. I mentioned this is a game he always wanted to play on PlayStation 2, I think feasibly on Xbox as well, because it was on that. And said, I always saw this in magazines, I like the concept. He has an interest in some stuff like survival horror, stuff that's unique. And I think that in that way it's perfect for the show. It'll be perfect that way when he's on the show for The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time in January. And you get your notes, like with Resident Evil. But anyway, you're saying, I want to see this. Do you have this? Yeah, I do, actually. I've had this since 2006. I bought it at a GameStop in Knoxville, Tennessee, when it was only $30. Nowadays, it's like $50, sort of, on the PS2. It's actually cheaper on the PS2 than it is on the Xbox, interestingly enough. And one thing also to keep in mind is that on the Xbox version, there is... I was wrong when we played this last time and said, no, there's no difference between the two. There is actually an extra ending you get on the Xbox version that's not in this one. But I think what you have to do is I think you have to beat the hard mode of the game to get it. From what I understand. Ooh. And there is the ghost. Here's the thing also about the ghosts. I will say this. Some of the ghosts are optional. You don't necessarily need to take pictures of them. And I'm going to do that a little later. I think I'm running... You sometimes want to pick your battles. Especially you get later when we don't have as many recovery items. So you'll know when to go through the game and, you know, avoid ghosts. But you also have to be fast avoiding the ghosts because you have to run basically 2 rooms away feasibly. And you also have to take into account the loading of the game, which they do a pretty good job of disguising. Like, for example, going in here, see a pause there. Yeah, they are loading the next area, and it is pretty transparent to it. I'm coming here also because there is another stone mirror. You can only hold one of these at a time, so whenever the one goes away, keep tabs on where the other ones are so you can get a sense of where the next couple are. But yeah, I guess going back to the idea of why we're playing this, yeah, I said, okay, I've had this for 15 years. I played it a little, and then I put it down, not because I didn't like it, but just because I put it down. I have a bad habit of doing that feasibly, but this show is kind of changing that for me. So I said, alright, let's play it. And I really got into what it was as we played along. I was kind of going a little blind, but I had a great time doing it, and I realized, hey, this has been sitting for a year. We got to finish this, and hey, fitting for Halloween, so let's do it. Alright, so we got that picture when we defeated the mother saying, like, where's my daughter? So what you want to do here is you want to grab the figure that's over at the end, on the upper right. That's the Kagome doll. Not to be confused with Kagome from Inuyasha, the anime series that was around at the time. I don't think there was any indication, and the games that were made on that were not Tecmo. They were Bandai. But anyway, take the Kagome doll, put it on the pedestal here, and open the drawer. Get the angry mask. There's another case we're going to go back to certain places. Also, you have this. When your radar is blue like this, and you hear the drum, or the cymbals going on the soundtrack, but I do love that effect, that sound effect at least, it means that sometimes you'll find hidden things in the area. And if you get your viewfinder to lock on and go blue, I don't remember what's in here, you can find specific things. You need to use that for clues for certain stuff, and also for hidden ghosts. Use that, and you can get extra points through it. Okay, we can't go through there yet. Actually, speaking of which, let me look at the camera and check my loadout out. Okay, so my score is 4625. I can't afford anything else, but I do have the Paralyzed, which should help. Alright, so now for the Angry Mask, we have to go back to the entrance of the mansion as it is, so we got a lot of wandering. So I guess if nothing else, this will also be good for the chat case, because anything you'll want to know about this game, any comments or intrigues that you might have with this Enterprise or survival horror games in general, bring them on, we can go through. And also to go into aspects of where the story was from before, which part 1 is on the YouTube site, but I'm much quieter during it, and it was done in the G-Track Pro days, so it doesn't sound as great. Also, it was very quiet because that was my first time running through it, and I was going through pretty blind. This time, not so much. Hey, what up, Captain? Like verse through stream link in my Discord as a streamer to watch. Hello, Razarak. Good time to see you, or good to see you. Hope you are having a good night as we are going through Fatal Frame, or the second part of Fatal Frame for the PlayStation 2. Hope you're having a good night and weekend so far for SuperOldGameSaturday on a Friday. I know, it's weird. Raz! Alright, which sounds like a referencing to Psychonauts in my case, but alright, we got purple, or I got an orange there, so that means we got a ghost. And, you know, maybe I'm just gonna fight them. Because here's the benefit, I can run away, but the other thing about fighting them is I can get more points. I'm waiting for him to get the orange, or... There we go, perfect. And also the symbols go down that way, and you're all set. So there we go, that is the 0 shot, by the way, and one thing I also probably should do is also change my film, because I don't want to waste my 34 film quite yet. We hear that, ugh, you know that. Nice to see you. Yes, and I second that as well. Sweet verse, good to see you, and hope you're doing well. Let us know what your memories on Fatal Frame might be, or other aspects of survival horror while I go into the menu and switch to... Yeah, 74 is the stronger film. There's also a 90. We'll get the 90 way later, and I'm going to hold on to that for dear life at the end of the game as we make our way back to the entrance. But I do want to check my map. I keep hitting triangle for that as opposed to select. Alright, so the entrance is over there. And actually, yeah, I can go through this way. Told you to be here. When can I catch him? You're talking about the show here. Yeah, the show is usually on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week it's on Friday, and I will say this. Since you're new to the show, Razorek, and again, thank you very much for stopping by. Yeah. The ropes are going in the rope room. Yeah, the show is usually Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but if it's on Friday, I'll tell you, and the schedule page on the Twitch site over there will go into that. And also, on top of that, we have all the episodes that go to the YouTube site for Super Old Game Saturday, which is in the Twitch area somewhere around there. So you see the first part of this game and any other game we've done. And any game you want to see for the show that we have not covered, you let me know, and we will make it happen. I'm all about taking viewer requests, which this game is a case of that. And those tend to be the ones that are the most enjoyable, honestly. Because in some cases I have people where they'll come in. Actually, Sweet First is a case of this when we did Metal Gear Solid. Proto Rover recommended that, said, I want to see this game. Sweet First came in, had all the knowledge. It was a great time of us going through that whole game. And really making a lot of great memories that way for it. And in my case, going through the whole game without having ever played it or finished it before. What's your stream about? You have nothing set up in your about. I don't? I thought I had something to it. I'll check that after the show tonight, or after we go off for the show, but okay, I'm going to take this off here, because you get the masks there, and you can use them for the purpose of going through the doors. Yeah, the show is about retro gaming, usually. Also, we get that there, we get the Hall Wanderer. That's a special ghost. You hit that, and you can get extra points. Yeah, the point of the show is, it's Super Old Game Saturday, which is not my name. One of my coworkers came up with it. Oh, shit, I didn't mean to do that, taking another picture. But what it is we tend to go into you know, aspects of classic gaming. You know about me, but no panels or anything that gives details of you, the stream. Okay, in that case, I will have to fix that. I'll have to look into that. Honestly, I don't usually have a whole lot of time to do some of that stuff during the week, but you know what, I will prioritize that to get a better idea. But usually the idea of the show is we're going to play older games, usually. Games that either I want to play or the chat wants to play. Usually it's not going to be just older stuff. Also, by the way, we have to go in here, but I gotta take a picture of it. But anyway, we tend to go into that. It's more of a, I'll tell you this. When I started this is more just of an idea of me wanting to show people the games I have or other games of interest. And it kind of turned into this idea of like a discussion program more than anything. Because look, this is not a show that millions of people watch. I'm going to be open about that. But I think also in a lot of ways I kind of like it that way in the sense that it's totally independent. This is not something I get paid for. This is not something where anything goes, you know, to that idea. It's something I just do for fun, but something that I've really gotten the sense with a lot of the people in the audience that it kind of creates this nice, you know, relaxing hangout at the end of a long week. Because you go through a lot of things, whether it's school, work, whatever it might be. Sometimes you want to just kind of curl up and relax with something, and it might be video games as it is. So I take the show as a reflection of that. In a lot of ways also it was, I'll be honest here, a case of, I started this just as a fun thing last year, and a lot of it was because I wasn't really seeing a lot of people myself for understandable reasons. Also, by the way, when you take a picture of those optional hidden ghosts, they'll give you hints like this. But basically, I've realized that that kind of was the idea of what it was, just starting to, you know, connect with people, but also come in and, you know, talk with people about gaming, going into the guts of gaming, as it might be, aspects of a genre, I guess, a specific game, or however it might be, to go into, I guess, why do we have a connection with games, or what is it that makes us curious about elements for them. So in a lot of ways, this is my show as far as what I do, but also in a lot of ways, it's your show, chat, in that you come in here and whatever you want to talk about game-wise with what we're playing, or other things that are of interest, let me know, we'll get into it, and I've loved that that's what the show has become. Alright, so we're in the mask room now, though, just to go back to the game quickly. Okay, I don't have the mask to hang there, but I will get... Wait, did I not... let me look at my items, just to make sure of this. Okay, we got the sad mask, we got that mirror piece, which we'll deal with that later, because that has to do with plot. Alright, got that mask off. Okay, I need to take the mask off I got on this door, because how this works is that... Or not, hang on. Actually, you know, we got a boss, or a battle we gotta do here, so I'm gonna... You know what, I'll hold on to that. Because we have to talk to this to get a cutscene going. By the way, as I mentioned also, because this game doesn't have subtitles, I'm muting the mic so that you could hear the dialogue in the cutscenes. Actually, this is going to be a case of that, so I'll be right back.
What's that?
Staring to my soul. Yeah, indeed, that is true. Although, stabbing them in the eyes, that's the ideal of this ritual. We're going to see more of that. The blinding mask, where basically what they did for the rituals that go on here is they were putting that mask with the little daggers in them and impaling the women's eyes with it. You'll hear them saying, "My eyes, my eyes." And yeah, that's where this goes for. Like, I remember I was telling some people I know that was going to continue this game, and I was saying this is a game with a teen rating as far as a horror. And like, yeah, I was saying like, I don't know how the hell this got away with a teen rating, which was like, yeah, with subject material like that, you're right. Which I guess explains why the later entries of this series were all M-rated. Oh shit! Unfortunately, the case with this room is that I'm in a tight spot, so it could be a problem. And also, if you don't get their head very specifically, you're going to be in trouble, and they can move around. Oh shit! Oh no, I keep hitting that, because the quick turn on this is on the triangle button. And I might die if I don't do something, and yeah, I don't want to use my stone mirror yet. I'm going to use the herbal medicine. There's a sacred water, which is a full health recovery, but I don't want to use that yet. Although this one is honestly, you know what? Put the camera away, and I hit start, I hit triangle that way. I want to get my stronger film. This is not going to be an easy game. I might be getting game overs, and it's also why I'm going to want to save pretty much every step I can. Oh, shit. Honestly, in some ways it kind of became a bit frustrating as I was going through this, but at the same time, it was definitely worth it as we got to the end. Alright. Alright. Oh, oh, good. Sometimes they won't hurt you, so I got really lucky there. Because I'm in a tight quarter, this is not going to be a good case. Alright, there you go. Zero shot. Fantastic. Yeah, it is going to be staring into my soul that way for this game. It definitely gets into this very cerebral thing. And as I mentioned also, for the cutscenes, I haven't watched all these. When I was doing practice, I said, I'm just skipping them all, because you can, because I've said we're going to watch them tonight. But, alright, so I'm missing a mask. Let's take the Happy Mask. Yeah, different case from the Happy Mask stuff we're going to do for Ocarina of Time. We do that. We're starting that January, by the way. And also one other thing, Razorek, just to go into, is that at the end of the show each night, we also will go into what the docket of the other streams we have coming in the future are. So you get a sense of what is going to be on the docket, and anything you want to see, let me know. We will have it, ready to go for future shows. Alright, what I want to do, though, is I want to go back in here and make sure I have all 4 masks, because I need them all to open this up, or sort of to open this up. Very cool. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Alright, here it is. So I didn't take the Joyful Mask. Let's take that down. And we got it. Every time I see that I got it, I'm almost thinking of a game I'll do eventually, but there's going to be a way down the road case, Shenmue 2, whenever you're doing the lucky hit stuff, and Ryo says, I got it. Please, your turn next. And that's the other thing as well. I will go into certain aspects of what my history for games are, or gaming is, and also a lot of weird random stuff that, I guess chat finds interesting. And you never know what's going to happen on this program that way. And also, I'll say one other thing. After the show airs in a couple days, the YouTube site, which is a link to up there somewhere, will have the show up. But I also do edits on the program. So the stream you're watching right now, there might be something, if we're going to be talking about something that there needs to be a visual reference to, I believe, or something I say that's not right, because in all honesty, that's what I do. I sometimes make mistakes. I'm not going to lie about that. I use that as an example to say, like, what's going on with this, and fix the record. That's what I like, and he's chill. Well, thank you, Sweetverse. It means a lot to me as far as that. And honestly, I know you kind of came to the show as a random case. I was kind of advertising around to say, like, hey, I got stuff going. It was for Sonic CD at the beginning of this year. And sometimes I'll have special things I do, by the way, for things like, you know, this year is the 30th anniversary of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. So each month I've been playing a game for the franchise. And 2 weeks we got our next one, which is going to be Sonic 3D Blast for the Sega Saturn. But I appreciate that very much. And I like very much, Sweetverse, that you and everybody else in the chat have kind of become part of the Super Old Game Saturday family. I'm going to take this, you know, I'll hold this there. But I think in that way, because when I did this last year, or started this, I just want saying, you know, I just want to have a nice, relaxing thing to showcase, but I was like, I just been doing this randomly, so what was really the idea of what the show was? But honestly, a lot of people in the chat made me understand what I guess I want to do with it, honestly. It's really that communication with the audience, but also going into what my experience of gaming is, or games that we're playing, and listen to yours as well, because that's kind of been the part of it that I really like. And, yeah, so that's the idea. All right, there is the save there. Let's see. So we went in there. I do need to get... Right, I did the save. I need to get the... Okay, there's an item over there at the back. So I'm going to go grab that, and I know there's a picture of a door I need to take. All right, that's Spirit Stone for my aux function. Let me just see. There's nothing I can get new for that, is there? No. Also, there's photo mode, by the way. You take pictures as you take them. You can save them to the memory card if you'd like to. And if you get a game over, you also can save the stuff for that as well. We will do that way as it goes along. Alright, so the next thing we have to do is we have to go over to this door. Alright, so we have a hint. So when you see that blue around, take a picture. Except I should have changed to the weaker film. Alright, but when you take pictures, sometimes it'll show areas of where the photo is, or areas where something else might be connected to that degree. So it does give you some hints. It's not like you're going to be totally thrown to the wolves on this, although this is not like Luigi's Mansion, which we did a couple weeks ago, where it basically tells you exactly where you need to go. But in this case, not so much. But it's not too bad as far as that, and with some practice, you understand that. Okay, there we go. There is the gold carving. So we need to do that, and we need to take that into that room over there. Actually, I do think I need to take... Oh, no, I don't need... Actually, no, I do need to take that mask back briefly, because we're going to get something that's going to be a lot easier and going to let us open the door that's out there. Because, by the way, if you take... You know, let me show this. Tell you what the last Sonic game would be. It was your choice, unless you want to change it. Because I know you want to see Sonic Heroes, us playing the Dark story, or Team Dark story, and then do the last story. Unless you want something else, in which case we can do something else, for sure. Yeah, it's up to you as far as that, because I want to thank you, Sweetverse, everyone in chat, for making the show what it's become within the year that we've had it. So, it's viewer choice. I remember you'd said Sonic Heroes, but if you don't want Sonic Heroes, let me know, and we can do something else that you'd like. No, it's fine. Okay. Alright, and we were going to be playing that through the Xbox. Just to let you know, as far as that. And that's the other thing sometimes. Alright, there you go. If you have all 4 masks here, that door goes, but we can't leave that room without a mask. So in that case, I have to have the Happy Mask off. But we're going to get something that's going to let us go through those doors, no problem. But yeah, that is going to be what that's going to be. I guess, you know, I guess this is just going to be running towards the next puzzle. I may as well go into, I guess, what some of the stuff is going to be going on for the rest of the year. Because actually I realized a lot of the streams we have in line are kind of set. Alright, let me take this back first. Yeah, because next week is Sweetverse, your request. You want to see Super Mario Land for the Game Boy, so we're going to do that next week. I had a Saturn, but never had a chance at any of the Sonic games. I got a Saturn this year. It actually was something that I picked up, able to luckily find it for cheap. I have one of them so far, which is the 3D Blast, because it's a different take on that game that I feel like, you know, let's take a shot of that differently. Oh, wait, we can go in the door now with that idea. But as I mentioned, with the systems that I've got running, we can go that. and we can play whatever you want. You mentioned the idea of the Saturn. Yeah, but and if nothing else, because it was mentioned when we did Sonic 1 a few months ago, that, yeah, 3D Blast is a kind of sort of contentious one, as it is, and I understand it completely, especially for Genesis, but the Saturn version is a little unique about some of the stuff. It's also one of those rare cases where the Japanese copy of the game is cheaper than is not cheaper than the US release. But I was able to get a copy of it for US, and we can run it. And I have a Switch on the back of the Saturn. It was modded, by the way, when I bought it. So anything we want to see Japanese-wise, if I can afford it, given how Saturn it can be, yeah, that's open for play. And if there's a case where I can find it cheaper, like in a collection or something, we'll run that if there's a good reason not to go the other way. But, alright, so you have a sliding puzzle. What you gotta do is you gotta match these up to the symbols that are on the sides. So what you want to do is you want to move this one there. We're gonna do the fourth one over here. And then the first one that's there. It goes clockwise as far as that. Then 3 down there, and then this one over there. And with that, we have the one we got. There you go. By the way, I just finished Harmony of Dissonance. Yeah, Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. For the Game Boy Advance, which is on the Castlevania Advance collection. Yeah, at some point I think we should do some of those other Castlevania games specifically, because I do have that collection. I also do have them on the Game Boy Advance specifically, including the one which is, that has that, and, alright, Cyril, the Castlevania Double Pack. And this is one of those cases I'm saying right now. I'm going to put a edit on the YouTube video just to show you what that is. But yeah, at some point we should get to those games and get to some of the other Castlevania games that we've mentioned on this program. We have one up there. We have, on the YouTube site, we have Castlevania Bloodlines for the Sega Genesis. But at some point we should do those other ones. And how did you like it? I don't know. Had you finished it before, or is it something that this was the first time of you playing it in this collection? By the way, that is a nice collection if you do not have that for the Xbox One, PS4, Switch, and I believe it's on the PC as well. Alright, there we go. When you get the Mask of Reflection, you get a ghost. So, oh, wait, no. I keep forgetting I have to hit circle to come out of that. Alright, I want to hit triangle, get my camera up. That's also the other thing about the show, just to go into this and reiterate that. I'm not necessarily saying I'm going to be an expert on every game that we play, especially not this one. Ugh, sometimes we'll see weird stuff. Alright, there we go. I unfortunately lost that, but that's fine. We got another stone mirror and another place. So let me get that set and get that going. Ooh. Hello all. Hello all again. Montague. Okay, sorry. I was just want to make sure I could get that set with taking the picture of the ghost. Honestly, I'm doing, I think, what I probably shouldn't be doing, which is staying in the corner and waiting for him to get into zero shot mode. Okay, got him. Yeah, if you don't hit him in the head, by the way, that's a problem. It's been on the easy side, and it's kind of disorienting. I personally didn't care for it myself, but I'm glad I tried it. Alright, in that case then, I know we went through this, it was last week when we did Part 2 of Kingdom Hearts. By the way, also the other initiative to let people in the chat know is we have the RPG stuff that we do. We're running through Kingdom Hearts now, we do that every month. And when we have a game that lasts longer than one part, or we can't finish it in a night, we will come back to it in at least a month. And this is a case of me fixing that with a game that's been sitting for a year. Alright, got him. In that case, what would you say is some of your favorite Castlevania games, Sweetverse, or chat as well? I guess for the 2D side of things, feasibly the Metroidvania side, because there's like a difference between that, of the ones that are and aren't. And I guess the 3D stuff, which I know we went into last week with Harmony of Dissonance and Curse of Darkness, which at some point I'm going to have to look into obtaining copies of those. And with Curse of Darkness, I mentioned we're going to run the Xbox version when that's the case because of the price. But it also is the best version because of the fact that it is on the Xbox and has some good stuff. I'm a big fan of Rondo of Blood. Yeah, for the TurboGrafx 16 CD. Or the PC Engine CD, I should say, for Japan. That's a great game, and it made me fall in love with the series. Yeah, actually, yeah, I forgot that. I think you did say that last week. That was my fault of not remembering. But yeah, that is a terrific one. And I'm also a big fan of, that one, and also, for me, it was Symphony of the Night. Symphony of the Night is the one that really got me in, and then I got into a lot of the other ones as it was. Yeah, if you go down by the steps here, by the right, kind of hidden, Throne Mirror. And we're saving. Anytime I can save, we're going to save. Yeah, that is definitely a great choice. And one that's a lot easier to get now because Rondo Blood initially didn't come out in the US until it was ported to the Wii Virtual Console and then the PSP. And now it's on PS4 in that Castlevania Requiem collection. which is a very nice collection to pick up from what I've seen. Oh, that's my one case. I'll say, like, I have a lot of systems we can run through. I do not own PS4, so when we do Rondo of Blood, it's going to be a case of something different, or whatever chat might want to see as far as the representation, because I have it on the Wii Virtual Console, and I have the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, which also has it. Alright, the mask reflection, by the way. It turns into whatever mask goes on the door. So when you get this, you can go through the doors no problem, and you can take it off each time you go in, so you can go in the next door. And we're going to be doing that so we can get into that next room to get that, you know, that creepy mask we saw in the cutscene about a couple minutes ago. Alright, so take the mask down. And with that, we can take the happy mask, we put that on, and we can use the mask reflection to get out. Alright, so the door unlocked, and go down here. Also, by the way, you do have a flashlight. Unlike Luigi's Mansion, there's not really much reason for aiming it, except for, I guess, the lighting where you are. Use the right analog stick to do that. Alright, let's see. I just want to make sure there's no items here. Also, as we go through nights, as they are, the chapters of this game, the item layouts will change, or they'll put items in different places. So that was kind of the part of the test playthrough that was really making me need to get a sense of, okay, I need to know what's happening. Alright, let's go through it. It's hanging, so we can take it down. Yeah, there's a hidden ghost coming up over there. I think I just want to check my film. Oh, okay, I didn't load the old stuff. All right, there you go. Because usually when you're going around here, oftentimes I found it more advantageous to use the weaker stuff when I can get away with it. There'll be cases where that's not the case. We'll run those a bit later. Alright, so now we can go in here, and on the pedestal over here, here we go. This is the blinding mask, as we saw in the cutscene. They put it on the women as far as the priest's rituals, and yeah, it gouges their eyes out, and there's blood going everywhere, and they're screaming profusely. And what the hell was that? Yeah, that was the other thing about this show, just to go into that and reiterate it for anybody who's new. Yeah, you sometimes see weird stuff going on. I know you sometimes play bad games for fun. If you thought of playing Batman Forever or Justice League Task Force, I have Batman Forever for the Super Nintendo. I got it actually as part of the lot when I bought Top Gear on your request. And I got Top Gear 2, which is going to be here, I think, tomorrow. I think. It's on the way. But, yeah, sure, absolutely. I would love to... Oh, wait, there's someone on the door. Or someone over there. Let me see if I can get a picture of it quickly enough. Alright, no. Sometimes they'll walk past the way, and sometimes I'm not prepared for that. They won't hurt you, by the way, as far as those ghosts. But yeah, sure, I'd love to play some of those, especially Batman Forever, because I have it on Super Nintendo, which is probably the worst version of it, because it's a cartridge game that has load times, amongst other things that are wrong with it. It was a mistake to leave the mansion, so he says, and Justice League Task Force, I never played that. That was the fighting game that was actually one of the first games developed by Blizzard, interesting enough. It was released in 1994 for the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. What version would you recommend that I play through feasibly? I remember watching, actually, the Console Wars program. They did a look on that. I think they sided with on Super Nintendo. But there's things on the Genesis that were pretty interesting with it. But yeah, actually, here's the other thing. Also, I've mentioned sometimes we can, do stuff with multiple games at once because of the tech I'm running now. I might potentially, pull out a bunch of fighting games for Super Nintendo that way, outside of the fighting game showcase we're going to do for Thanksgiving weekend. But yeah, sure, I'd absolutely love to go through some stuff like that. And if you're wondering, oh, you're going to make me suffer, no, I can handle that. It's not going to be a problem for me. Alright, so we got that. What we need to do is... we need to go through here. And we have to go back to the Demon's Mouth. That is... where's that? Yeah, it's over in this direction. So we got a bit of a walk. Played on the Super Nintendo. Yeah, okay, sure, absolutely. From what I've understood, it looked like it was visually more impressive in some ways on Super Nintendo, but I take it then, since the Console Wars program said that was the one that they liked, and I'll put a link also in the description to indicate that, because I do like that show. In some ways, see, it's funny, I'll say this. When it comes to the show, there's a lot of things that I'll watch game-wise that I'll, I guess, to a certain extent be inspired by, I guess, if you want to put it that way, the Console Wars shows come up, the Super Game Brothers channels come up. Sweet First, I know you mentioned the Clement64 channel, which, by the way, he recently mentioned that he's going to stop doing Let's Plays. He's doing something totally different, although he's been doing it for years. But that's also where I realized, okay, I don't want to just copy other shows. And that, honestly, chat, is where you kind of made me figure that this is what I want to do with this thing. Uh-oh, there's a ghost. You know what? I'm going to show you what happens when we run away. And hopefully I can run away. Hopefully I can run through the door where the loading times will get in the way. Okay, they're not bad loading times. When you're running away from a ghost, you just want to keep going. They will go through the walls. And if I'm not quick, or dive out of the way of them quick enough, I can be in trouble. Or take a shortcut. Ooh, their turn. I know I'm bummed about the idea of Clement's show ending, but good for him. Yeah, I mean, in that case, it's also the idea of, you know, all the memories that come with that. And also when the... Uh-oh. Oh, the ghost is going that way. Wait, is it? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. So, you know, I'm just going to be running away from the ghost as we, you know, lament on Clement, as it might be. But, yeah, he's been doing that for a long time. So in that case, I get the idea of things, you know, changing that way, you're going that way. But in some ways, I guess, when you really think about it, and I know, I hate to toot my own horn, I really do. I really want to try to be as modest as I can, honestly, with this kind of stuff. But I kind of see this show as being, like, a different take on a Let's Play concept. Because I'm always, alright, fine, we're playing a game, going through it, but at the same time, I'm doing it live. I don't really have the opportunity to edit as we're showing. If there's a reason I have to edit later for, like, hey, the feed cuts out or something like that. There you go. How can you see this game? It's so dark but atmospheric. Hello, Dolly Finn. Good to see you. For Fatal Frame for PlayStation 2. The way I can see is, you know what? Let me, go into something like that. I have it set as far as my brightness on the television for this. And it says here, adjust the brightness of TV to see all 4 people in the photo. Is it... Here's my question. Is it too dark for, the chat on this? If that's the case, I can pull up the brightness on TV to see. Or to make it better to see. But, I mean, in my case, I brighten it up. Actually, you want to see dark, take a look at part 1. When I was using the old equipment that I had, as far as recording this game, as far as the audio, and as far as the video as well. Now I can see. Okay. Because, as I mentioned, sometimes I'll do tech checks before we run the show. And on the back of that, I've always got a sense of, alright, let me take a look at, uh-oh, ghost. You know, let me try and see if I... Oh, wait, I ran that other one. Okay, but as long as you can see, because it's actually really dark... Uh-oh. Here's the thing, I can feasibly fight the ghost, but I'm thinking at this point, no, I just want to run away. But you have to be very specific about running away. To run away, 2 screens or 2 rooms, usually, before that radar thingy will go. I can see it as well. Okay, yeah, if, by the way, chat, anytime you're realizing, hey, there's something wrong with this, or there's something wrong with the audio, say, like, hey, it's too loud for some way, you're not hearing me, or something like that, let me know, I'll adjust it. So, and as I was mentioning, going back to the stuff we were talking about with the comment channel, I kind of see this in some ways as a different take on a Let's Play concept, and the idea that I'm playing the game live, I think it's fine. Alright, so there we go. Thank you, no problem. Absolutely. I mean, as mentioned, this is your show as much as it's mine, so... I aim to impress. I aim to please. Oh, crap, another ghost. Yeah, because here's the thing. Sometimes they will still appear, so let me... You know, actually, I think I went back. That was my problem. So let me go around the other way. Just because I want to avoid hurting them, because we have a couple boss ghosts going on later that are going to give me a little bit of trouble if the test playthrough is anything to go by. So I want to make sure I'm prepared. Alright. Come on, come on, come on. Go through the door. That being said, as I'm going back to this, the idea with the loading, it is pretty impressive that 20 years ago this game had... Okay, I was running the wall. It was able to load as quickly as it could for door stuff. Usually with Resident Evil, you see that door thing, and it would load. And then later, I think when they released the remake of this on of that game on GameCube, it basically said, like, oh, we could have it there fine for the loading, but it was like, no, people said, oh, we want the door in there. So they kept it. Alright. Okay, so there's stuff on the wall, or blood on the wall, so we gotta get going. Let me just take a look at the map. Okay, yeah, we can just go in that door over there. And we did avoid the ghost, so we're in good shape. Yeah, but as I mentioned, this is definitely a different take as far as, like, a Let's Play concept. In a lot of cases, chat, you're driving it. I never, in a lot of ways, know what I'm gonna get when we play a game for the show. Because of which, I was the... Oh, shit. Oh, we got a ghost. You know what? I think we should... You know what? Enough's enough. I'm gonna stay and fight. Where is he? Or he, her. Sometimes it varies as far as what they are. You can tell from the voice, though. No, it is a girl ghost. Because you get into the case of Japanese horror with this game, as it's been, And sometimes they have low damage output, so you can take care of them pretty quickly with the low film. Yeah, if you're familiar with stuff like Ringu and The Grudge, you're going to be, I guess, right at home with this idea of us being in this creepy mansion, which, from what the title screen said and what the manual says, this is apparently based on a true story from what they're telling us, as far as the idea of, like, spirits and things, or maybe the idea of these grotesque rituals that are going on. But, yeah, I might also put an edit in the video, see, like, okay, where is that, element coming? But, alright, we're into the rubble room, which is going to take us to where we need to go. And I want to check a couple things before I go. Alright, my life is filled. I have a stone mirror as backup. I don't want to use this if I can avoid it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to avoid it. I have... we're pulling out the 74 film. The higher the number, by the way, the more powerful it is. I got shaking going on. Going through the back. Okay. It definitely gives a nice atmosphere with the flashlight stuff here, but as I mentioned here, this is different than Luigi's Mansion. Ever play Clock Tower? No, I have not. See, it's funny, I know that people say how great Clock Tower is, which is a series that, it started on the Super Nintendo, or started in Super Famicom, it was, and then it came over here for PlayStation. It was Human Entertainment who made that. I remember hearing very good things about those Clock Tower games. What's your experience with them, then? And if you're going to say we should play one, which one do you suggest we play? There is one on PlayStation 2, or there's two on PlayStation 2. There's 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 are on PlayStation. They do cost a lot. I thought there was one on the PlayStation Store for PS3, I think. If not, I'll make a correction. Yeah, let me know your experience with Clock Tower, and yeah, we could take a look at the Scissor Man, as it is. Talk about your scary games for Halloween. Alright, here we go. And another one that seems very underrated by people. Alright, there we go. This ghost, right here. He often can go into certain areas, and you just gotta try and keep a beat on him, but it's not always easy. Yeah, you can just run into me like that. Sometimes just run away. I know Experience was hoping you'd recommend it, but I guess not. Well, hey, here's the other thing, because when we played, first, one thing I want to do is, yeah, keep running. He usually won't hit me if I keep running. It's a square here, so we're set. I want to change my auxiliary. I want to use, for this one, actually, no, I could. Yeah, the auxiliary, by the way, is running on your stones over there. The thing with the 9 up there. You know what? We can use the paralyze then. Turn around. When I get a circle on him, unless he goes away again, and then hit L1. Yeah, I would be totally down to try a game that you want to see, because, as I mentioned, when we did this one, we started this one last year, I had not played that much. Okay, yeah, I want to make sure I'm getting a beat on him, because I don't want to waste my film too much. So I'm just going to be running like this, but yeah, I definitely would like to take a look at one of those. I guess one I could find feasibly affordably, because I know those games cost a fortune. So if I could find one that I can get and show you, I'll definitely invest in that for the channel. That's the other thing I've realized as well for the show, is that... Alright, come on. Oh! Okay, good, I got him. Or I got him in that element there. Yeah, okay, let me get out of this and keep running. But yeah, in that case, I'd be totally willing to take a look at that, because here's the way. It's expanding horizons for me, I mean, which is a selfish way of looking at it that way, but hey, chat wants to see it, there you go. I can fulfill that at the same time. That was me with Top Gear when I did that. When we do Top Gear 2, it's going to be the same case. I'm realizing now, sometimes I'm just buying games because people say, like, hey, I want to see them for the show, or, as I mentioned, the Bad Game Thursday concept as it was. I know it's Friday, but still, I'd use the same. Buy stuff that's bad just to have that experience. I remember I actually had that with, I'm going to tell, okay, good, 0 shot, awesome. And it was enough to take him down. By the way, when you get 0 shots like that, and special shots as they are, you get more points that you can put into upgrading the camera. I'll tell this story, actually, by the person who helped name this program, who I believe was in the chat when we did Knuckles Chaotix and Katamari Damacy. Basically, I was mentioning how great Shenmue is, like I usually do, because I tend to have a thing with that game. At some point, we're going to do that. But anyway, there were a lot of people talking. She overheard something else. She's like, Shamu. It's like, from SeaWorld. It's like, no, it's Shenmue. But then I realized, I said, wait a minute. There's a game based on this for the Xbox. I gotta buy this. I have to show it to you. And I eventually did. And, yeah, it was a hilarious experience going through that. And I do have that game. It was dirt cheap as well. It was, I don't remember the name of it. I'll put a name in the YouTube video edit version. As I climb down the ladder very slowly. But yeah, in that case, I've just kind of been buying games either because people want to see them or because, hey, I can rationalize it for the purpose of showing on the show. In that case, I kind of like that. In a lot of ways, as I mentioned, I'm just someone in the middle 30s who loves gaming and loves, waxing philosophic. In a lot of ways, this is me being able to kind of get that, outlet to it as it is. But then I realized that, okay, that's true, but it kind of is changing my idea of what do I think of gaming? What does it mean to me, especially as I grow older, as all of us are growing older as it is, as time goes. By the way, if I touch that over there, I gotta fight a boss ghost. But I'll finish my point before we do that, which is that I think it's made me realize, okay, I can kind of broaden my horizon that way and also take the chat along with me. And yeah, I get to understand their experiences, and I love that and what this show has become. So again, I want to thank you, chat, profusely for helping make that happen. And for showing up for the show tonight. All right. Oh, by the way, cutscene. I gotta be quiet. I'll be right back. Alright, there you go. You get your FMV perspective of the cutscenes. But yeah, we have this tough boss ghost. I remember this gave me hell when I was practicing this game this week. Oh, okay, good. Got her. Just in time. So I used the paralyze. Actually, I used 2 of those, which was not good to do. It's because I at least want to get a bind on her so that she'll go down quicker. I would shit my pants. This is VR. I'm trying to remember if this game has a VR version. It's funny, that came up because I know, some coworkers of mine were playing through Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8. And Resident Evil 7 on PS4, or is it, does 7 have a VR option? No, I'm even thinking Resident Evil 4, there's a setup for that. So yeah, doing this, yeah, I get the idea of doing this in first person as far as that, or other stuff as far as horror things, because I know there was was it Until Dawn? I know that got a VR take on PS4 as far as what that is, but yeah, you get the ghosts in there. Oh yeah, they're coming here with the bloody thing and popping up like that. So, and that's the interesting thing about this game. Okay, this is going way better. All right, yeah, there you go. Although I think I'm using the strong films as part of what this is. I get the idea that the way the horror in this works is that there's some stuff that jumps, but it's also about, the psychological stuff to a degree, and also finding all these hints about all these dark things going. I own Oculus Quest 2. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what some of the horror games feasibly that are on that. I don't know if this is one of them. I guess also here's the other question, I guess. Since Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater got re-released yesterday, will that, get us another one of these? Alright, actually, no, I don't think we're going to have voice here, so I'm not going to keep quiet. Oh, never mind. Yeah, Face Your Fears is one of those games on Oculus Quest 2. I'm not familiar with that. And that's the other thing also, is maybe you get the sense, if I just want to be open this way, you're thinking that, I know everything about gaming. I'm going to be the first to admit you that no way is that true. So I love hearing what chat has to say as far as what games they like or are curious about or have heard of. I've not heard of this, actually. I guess in my case, I don't have a VR thing. I mentioned we did Knuckles Chaotix. I don't know how the stream of that would work. As far as, the systems, well, feasibly, I guess, I can see what I can do feasibly about that, or what the chat would see, would be that concave display of stuff. But yeah, do tell me more as far as facing your fears, as we face our fears, as it is about the hands going through the door. Let me just see my item loadout. Well, also, I'll get the beat-up film. Yeah, because I don't want to use the Type 74 that much for now, because we have stuff coming up later. Alright, actually, I do have upgrades for my camera I can use. I can get pressure. I can get search, which is useful. I kind of want the bind, honestly. I also change the range and the speed and the power. Actually, I'll hold off. That's the other strategy of this game, feasibly, is that you can hold off with your points and wait till later to save it for something you really want. I think we do have a... Oh, no, we don't. Okay, we sort of have a cutscene going on here. Played only once with my brothers. Yeah, did you like it? Let me know as far as that. In this case, we got one cutscene that isn't FMV. Yeah, they switch between that, as far as this, between the FMV and the in-game engine, which actually the in-game engine looks really nice.
It's another piece of the mirror.
Alright, this is someone we're going to see a bit later, and we actually have to let her catch me. It was scary, I couldn't finish it, but I'm a bit more used to it now as far as VR is concerned. No, I get that for sure. Actually, in this case, it's just going to be Miku, scared out of her wits. Understandably, with all these dead bodies and dead ghosts around, or ghosts as they are defined, dead ghosts. Yeah, redundant. And that one there. That is Kyrie, who is voiced by Lenny Hart, who is Axel in Mega Man X7 and also was in Masashi Samurai Legends as the lead character. I hate those performances, both of those. Although she was also Gui Shang, the one with the loan sharks in Shenmue 2. At some point we'll bring up that game for sure. But yeah, we're going to see more about that. Seriously? Yeah. I looked up because here's the thing. This is the other idea of the chat making me understand what I want to do with this program. I've realized that when I've been playing games where I have voice performances, I want to see who they are. I think we want to get some of those names out to get what the voices are going to be like. And I realized, I looked at that, it's like, yeah, that's Axel from Mega Man X7 doing the voice. It sounds nothing like it, though, which is interesting. Actually, except for Masashi Samurai Legend and then Mega Man X7, those two performances of hers sound almost exactly the same. But then I heard for Shenmue 2, I was like, yeah, Gui Shang, the one who teaches you what the Chawan sign is in that game, sounds nothing like it. And same with Kyrie here. We'll get more as far as that. But yeah, I'm going to be going into stuff with the voice performances, so any time of that. Phew! Somebody please tell me I'm through with the worst of it. Oh yeah, never forgetting that line. At some point, I think we're going to have to do Mega Man X7, or actually get back to stuff with Mega Man, or get back to Mega Man X as it is. I think for Mega Man X, I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'll probably do Mega Man X again, because I don't have recording, and then we'll figure other stuff, or any other Mega Man games you want to see. Alright, that is the end of Night 2. There are 4 nights in this game. This is the Calamity. With a nice butterfly with a touch to the next game in the franchise. Giant for Xbox. We'll play it there, but first cutscene. Alright, so Miku was just kicked out the door. Kiri like Devil May Cry 4? I don't know, the character's name in this is Kyrie, which is K-I-R-I-E. I don't know if it's the same way with Devil May Cry 4. Actually, of the Devil May Cry stuff, that's the one I'm most familiar with, and even then it was only because I played the demo of it. So actually, Devil May Cry is totally uncharted territory for me, so that might be another one to go through at some point. Alright, so, yeah, Mafiu, my brother, is through there. And so far, it's not looking good. But yeah, for the start of Chapter 3, we got kicked out, so we gotta go back in. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same capacity. This was, Devil May Cry 4 was 2007, I believe. This was, 6 years before that in the... Oh, it's pronounced the same. Yeah, then maybe. I don't know, but there'll be a photo, feasibly, of that on the YouTube edit version of this. I'll see to that. I don't know. I mean, maybe. There might have been some perspective. All right, one thing we are getting into now with this area is we're getting multiple targets. Thankfully, the little kids here are not going to be too much trouble, except that one is going to walk into me. And it'll do as much damage as some of the other ghosts you run into. You do get more points when you have multiple targets in the shot, although you don't run into cases where that's happening all the time. I mean, I guess I don't know much as far as the plot on Devil May Cry 4. Does it go into... Oh! Yeah, it's just to say cheese. There, you die, or you go away, as it is. I don't know what degree Devil May Cry 4 goes into elements of the, you know, supernatural and occult. I know the franchise has elements of it, of what I know of it, but I'm not sure to what degree 4 goes in. Oh, ew! Yeah, giving me, you know, bad touch at the bottom of my legs. But again, they are ghosts, and yeah, I guess they can still touch Miku here, as far as what this is. Yeah, there you go, they're gone. In some ways, I might be doing this the wrong way, when you really think about it, because, like, wait a second, I should be waiting until they get into that, you know, zero-shot state, and then take them down that way. But, I mean, I could get maybe a similarity if, like, hey, there's a Japanese milieu to Devil May Cry as it is, sorta, and I guess a little bit with 4 from what I remember of it. Right, there's some herbal medicine. Also, try not to skip through the buttons prompts as much as I can. Sometimes I've gotten into that habit. Alright, so they shine my feet. Okay, good. A spirit stone. So we got more aux usages.
My friend. Don't you recognize me?
Alright, so there is a Mifiu? Yeah, Mifiu. Or Mafiu, sorry. Yeah, oh wait, there's an item I gotta grab over there. Yeah, sometimes you forget that because you have to hit the button to look through the hole. And then you have to get the note. Which also will give you some hints of stuff. Near 1837 on the 13th day, which is not spaced, of the 12th month, the strangle ritual failed and caused the calamity. Malice escaped and 1,347 souls were lost. Okay, we got the file for that. So we use that for... I think there's a door we gotta open with that, if I remember correctly. Alright. They just go through and get a sense of what we're gonna have to do next. It's gonna be a long walk, that I do know. So are there boss fights like Resident Evil? Yes, we are going to run into one of the most annoying, honestly, in a little bit, and one of the hardest, so I'm going to want to use all of that expensive or powerful film to take care of it. We will run into those. Basically, the idea is that, actually, we sort of ran into that at the beginning when we had the one who reminds us of Miku's mother. She had a stronger life bar, a longer life bar as it is, so in that case, what you want to do is you want to have either the stronger film, or you want to make sure that you're prioritizing your zero shots. Alright, Moon Shrine. We do need to go there. Small Shrine is the atrium of the Himuro Mansion and is called the Moon Shrine. Shrines the maidens were sacrificed in the rituals. We're going to get into that. Inside there's an empty well called the Moon Well, shines out of the bottom on the night of the ritual. The Rope Shrine maiden is supposed to purify her body with moonlight at the bottom of the well. It's connected to the basement, and only the maiden uses this path to reach it. According to the legends, first rope maiden was buried in the Moon Shrine, but no body or documents were found. Wonder where it's been enshrined. Alright, this is for the folklorist, and we've got a file, but we also have... not yet. I think it's sort of ahead. If by sort of ahead, by a little bit. Okay, right there, behind me. Alright, actually, in this case, oh, okay, we're gonna get a little... This is sort of a boss in the sense that it's stronger, and they'll do stronger attacks for it as long as having longer life bars, and yeah, come on. Okay, good. You know what, let's do a stun. Also, by the way, when you're in the camera mode, they southpaw your analog sticks, so basically you're moving with the right one, and then aiming with the left. if I can get... It looks like, yeah, it looks like it's stuck. But I also don't want to use my... Oh, shit, I didn't mean to do that. Aux, by the way, is on the L1 button. Camera shot is on R1. Oh, whoa, where'd he go? Okay, good. Yeah, sometimes I get into that case of not hitting them right away, or hitting them right as they go away from the shot, or from my view, and get nothing. But they're dead. Or she's... Oh, fine. The ghosts are not dead! Oh, bind. Oh, what's bind? Yeah, let me go into that. And that's the other case as well. Just to reiterate this. Any questions chat has, I will answer them as best as I can. Or if I get it wrong here, I put an edit in. Alright, let me show you. The bonus functions, actually, I can upgrade something. There are 5 of them you can get. I'm using Paralyze. When you use Paralyze, and I'm going to use that on that next boss battle, the really hard one I'm mentioning, you hit L1 on that when you have one of those spiritual stones. It does a stop. And if you get a shot like that, it'll give you bind shot. It'll get other things as well, like for this one it says a C shot. The C will encompass the ghosts in yellow, and get a better sense of where they are. Slow will slow them down for a bit. Pressure will do a pushback. And search will make it so that when you hit L1, your viewfinder will go to the nearest ghost. So basically, on the back of that, they will give you specific bonuses within your score when you use one of those, although you also have to use one of your stones up. What I'm going to do for this is... Well, I'll keep walking. I'm probably going to upgrade something when we get to that next boss. But the things you see on there, and also like zero shot when you get the orange circle around, they'll give you like special shot perspectives. And that also goes into one other aspect that we can definitely show off to start, or a little bit on when we're done tonight with this, battle mode. Because when you beat the game, you get a complete save file, and you can run through the game again with a harder difficulty, which will give a different ending, of which there are 2 for this. I think you get the main canonical ending in just by playing it the way we're going to play it. Get a second one by playing the harder way, and the Xbox version has a 3rd ending. But you can also go with that ending, that completed save you have, to go into battle mode. So you have boss encounters specifically with the main ghosts of the game, and you can use different perspectives. Okay, I'm hitting square instead of X. You have to hit X to go up the ladder. But yeah, they will basically put those letters on, or words on, to give you a sense of specific shots. And they'll change how much your point values will go on the back of that. Which is a unique mechanic, and it's something that's the series' claim to fame, for sure. That's really what they emphasize this, which is that, hey, we have other games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, we're using, like, guns to kill things. You have Luigi's Mansion, we're using a vacuum to suck the ghosts up. This one's saying, like, yeah, I'll just pull the camera out, or, to quote the movie Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, I have exorcised the demons. Yeah, you definitely do that, and we'll definitely get into that as we go along. Alright, so yeah, we got this hallway. And also, is interesting when you think about it from a gameplay perspective. Well, not just because, hey, it's unique for photography, because they're okay, there we go. I guess, here is the Smiley Junction ghost, because it's just this miasma cloud. Which is not too hard to deal with, as long as you just keep an eye on where it is. But, yeah, I mean, because what the other thing also does is it gives you a little bit of a first-person perspective to this. And even before something like Resident Evil 7 was doing it. Or, I'm trying to think, because there's a game I bought on the PSN store, which is rare as anything, which is why I bought it, because it's like dirt cheap that way. What's it called? Echo Knight, which is by From Software, the people who make Dark Souls. And I thought that had like a first-person take on like horror. So in a lot of ways, this is kind of Tecmo being able to give the sense of, okay, we got third-person stuff like Resident Evil, Silent Hill, while also having a first-person combat mechanic. And a very unique one they expand upon in the 5 games in this franchise that exist, which are this one, Fatal Frame 2 for Crimson Butterfly, which I have for the Xbox, Fatal Frame 3, The Tormented, which is on PS2, which is the direct sequel to this one, despite the fact that the other one's 2. It's about a different set of characters. There's 4, which is on the Wii. We never got it here. Nintendo published that, but we never got that, which is called Project Zero, by the way, as far as the franchise over there. And then we got the sort of 5th game, which was the Maiden of Blackwater, which came out on Wii U, and then just yesterday on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch. By the way, when you hit that, that's a talisman on the door. Gives you a hint of what you need to do to remove it. So what you gotta do is you have to find the item here that will go blue. And it is over there, but sometimes you have to be very specific of getting the camera to recognize what it is. So let me just try aiming it a little bit differently. It is right over there, but I need to see if I need to be closer. Yeah, okay, there we go. Perfect, perfect. And that's sometimes the challenge, finding where you have to be, and usually the hint to that is looking at the radar up there. That blue, the brighter it is, the closer you are to your targets. Let's hit that. Alright, that was a woman who's crushed to death. We take a picture of that. That erases the talisman off the door, and we can go through. And you know what? Since we did that, I'm going to save again. Yeah, and you don't have limits on saves, unlike Resident Evil, or like every Resident Evil before the fourth one. At some point, I do want to do Resident Evil 4, because I love that game to death. And feasibly some of the other ones as well. Alright, so talisman is gone. The force was holding the door shut is also gone. So now I can go. Alright, so we need to... Actually, let me check my items here. Okay, because I did hold the stone mirror. Alright, perfect. Because what we need to do now is we need to actually go back to the, hidden ghost, hidden ghost. Oh, maybe I'm not close enough. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, unfortunately not. That was my fault. Like, sometimes you run into a case of, oh, they're there, and pull your camera out quickly to get them. This is not going to be a 100% run, I will say that, for sure. Maybe when I do Crimson Butterfly, although, given some of the stuff I was dealing with the test playthrough on this, I'm not touching Crimson Butterfly until I have played it pretty extensively. Because even going through this week, I was getting constant game overs on this thing. This game is actually getting really hard now. Surprisingly so. And that's even on the normal difficulty. There's even harder difficulties than this one. So in that case, I would definitely want to have some practice. QUI. What is that? Question? Oh, let me know. Well, so I'm going in here because there is a stone mirror, but here's the thing about the stone mirror. You can't hold more than one at a time. Basically, what I do is keep an eye on where they are, and there's a ghost over there. Let me get my film set. Okay, no, I have the weak film. That's fine. And I definitely want to use an upgraded at some point. When I get the ghost somewhere... Alright, where is it? I know the ghost here tends to kind of stay put to start in the kimono room. And there's a shortcut to get where we need to go. Alright, where is it? Oh, shit! Yeah, sometimes you can't see it very effectively from that. Oh, whoa! And sometimes they'll run around like that or circle around you. And you can't move nearly as fast. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Oh, there you go. Yeah, but if it's further away, it's not going to do much damage. Actually, yeah, this is going to take a lot of damage. You know what? I'm going to run away. Oh, no! So I meant this game is weird but unique. Yeah, well, it definitely is, and that's for sure. I mean, and as I mentioned, I think maybe that was kind of the point to... Go to the door, go to the door! Yeah, I might get caught by this thing. Alright, so I can get through that. Well, yeah, it definitely is, and as I mentioned, I think that was probably where Tecmo was going because of the landscape of the genre at the time. Have something that really stands out. Oh, actually, I think... Can I go through here yet? Alright. Yeah, so sometimes you have to be right next to the door in order to go through. Alright, here we go. So we're back in the, Stone Garden. I think it's Stone Garden? Where is this? Oh, Square Garden, okay. I am just thinking because I found that stone thingy here. And one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save. Because we're coming up on one of the boss ghosts, and it is a hard one. It has a massive health bar. And we have to fight it twice in this episode. Or this night, as I should say. Alright. Yeah, I keep doing that. I hit the triangle button to go back, but then I'm like, no, I'm getting overzealous. I mean, it definitely is strange to that way, and I think... Actually, you know, let's talk about that as we're going to this next fight. Because this was, I think, the 2000s, when you really think about it, was a unique time for all the survival horror games. And on, I mean, the era before that on PlayStation 1. Oh, no! Yeah, I want out of this. That's powerful. And also, by the way, if you're seeing the red on the save point, that means that you cannot save when you have that going. But at the time for... Okay, good. Yeah, you go here, that ghost doesn't come through. That doesn't always happen, but actually we can't leave because it's blocked by a powerful force. But yeah, the horror genre, specifically as far as the PS2 era, you got a lot of games that were kind of going in the perspective of, like, as I mentioned, Ringu and the Grudge. There's a game based on The Ring that's on the Dreamcast, actually, Terror's Realm. But it's also something that there are a lot of games that are really trying to get that sense of, like, the Japanese milieu of a lot of the horror stuff, whether it's something like this, whether it's something like Siren, which is by Sony, or Kuon. I've mentioned Kuon before. I don't know if we'll ever be able to see that on the show because it hasn't been re-released, and it costs over $800. It is one of the rarest games on the PlayStation 2. But I don't even know if it's supposed to be that good, but definitely went in hard directions on that. And also Rule of Rose, which is another one that costs a fortune on PS2, but one that I've always heard is quite amazing. Alright, so we got the rope, or the binding rope. I want to get a couple things set here. I want to use my herbal medicine to start. And we have 4 of these. Got to put them on the statues here, and you have to do it in specific orders. Let me get the note out. They did give me a note, and there's also new, if you don't read all these, I didn't read every one, but they'll let you read them just when you pick them up. So I need to check my scraps. Oh, no, not the strangling ritual. The binding. Show the maiden no mercy. Cast the rope on her limbs from right arm, then the other, then right foot, then the other. Yeah, we're getting really twisted on this, for sure. But again, that idea of, like, the concept of, like, the rituals and stuff of all this kind of disturbing stuff going on. And this is a game, and I think this is what does really well, is it is weird, it is unique as far as what it's delivering, but also is more psychological. Even with some of the grotesque stuff we're seeing and hearing, it's kind of more getting that mind perspective of, hey, these rituals with the priests and all the things they're doing, and then kind of giving you out the scary stuff in increments, which, by the way, we got cutscenes, so I'm going to have to pause my talking for just a second. Or never mind, I guess that's all it really is. And we play this each time. So actually it's going to show that the little, that the ropes around their neck are going to go away. So for this, what I want to do is, it's right hand, left hand, and then right foot, left foot. So basically kind of go in a Z pattern. Starting from the left where we went already. And with this we get an item that's over there, and then we get that insanely hard boss battle. That's right foot and then left foot. But before I hit the one on left foot, I do want to get a couple things set. I want the 74 film, and I want to upgrade my camera somehow. I'll hold the paralyzed, so yeah, we're going to get more of the bind shots. But what I'm also going to do is, I'm going to increase my max charge value. So basically what that means is when you do the shot, in fact I'll show this, the symbols at the bottom there, the ones that are in yellow. You get those 4 when you have more powerful film loaded in. But as you lock onto the ghost, those will light up, and by getting that upgrade that I just got, more of them will light up, and the shot will be more powerful. Especially with the film I'm running. That's really where the strategy comes in, and that's the other great thing about this from a gameplay perspective, too. Is that you can feasibly play it a lot of different ways based on how you want to handle the photography. And also, I guess one other thing to correct is that I said when we did this game last year that you don't have a zoom function. Actually, it does, but you have to unlock it by beating the game first. And you have to go through and actually get a lot of points in order to get it opened. So actually, it's like Resident Evil, or some of the Resident Evils where you go through and you have to play through multiple times to get, you know, insanely game-breaking upgrades. Like, for Resident Evil 4 fans, the Chicago Typewriter, which I did get because I love that game to death. Alright, there's the teal carving. And when we get that, we have the boss. Yeah, that's why. This is gonna be hard. Oh, no. Because you have the quick turn like the other things, but you want to basically get him stopped and just take the shot and then run. Yeah, because he has an insane reach and it takes off almost half your health. And we have to fight him again. This is not the only time we're going to fight him. Where'd he go? Yeah, in this case, I'm kind of cheesing it by using this, but I don't necessarily want to do that completely, because it'll do the slice, and that can hurt. Alright, I'm going to use the, not the Sacred Water. We're going to use the Herbal Medicine. The Sacred Water is a full health recovery. But for this, I want to use this only because I want to have a little bit for it later, because, spoiler warning, we're going to have to fight this boss again. Oh, shit. Yeah, sometimes you can do certain things. Oh, damn. Okay, that hurts a lot. And this gave me absolute hell when I was doing the test on the... Ew. Alright, one more shot. Anything. I don't really care about the points. I just want him dead. I'm definitely holding that more powerful film for later. I mean, I guess feasibly you can use the weaker stuff to take him down, but that's for better Fatal Frame players than myself. Because I'm no expert at this game, I will promise you that. But with that, we can continue on. And we'll have the old film. Basically, I'm going to be holding that powerful stuff till I really need it, which is pretty much going to be, I guess, till next time we see that guy. And also, I guess that goes to the idea of like why this is a teen-rated game, because, yeah, he used the katana to decapitate that guy, but we didn't see it. I think in the later games you probably would. But also, one thing I'm going to do is save, because like Luigi's Mansion, see, it's very similar in a lot of ways. If I get a game over, I have to go back to the title screen, and I go back to where I last saved. I learned that the hard way when I did the test playthrough. Alright, so next we have to do is... Okay, I didn't use the Sacred Stone, so thankfully I didn't. And there's the one we have in the kimono room, although actually... Wait, I ran away from the one in the kimono room. So, wait a minute. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to go to the Moon Shrine. Let me see quickly where we're going. Actually, wait, can I take the shortcut now? There is a shortcut to take through the Buddha room. I just want to see if it unlocks on this. I think it does. It's a door that's actually really easy to miss. Okay, good, I can go through here. Because I want to avoid that one path I took, lest we see another ghost over there. Alright, so the cherry atrium's out here, and that is where the Moon Shrine is. Yeah, we got lightning going, and I do love the rumble usage of this, in that sometimes when certain things will happen, you'll have that going, and you also have the heartbeat going on when you see certain things in the environment. Actually, you know what, I have to go over there anyway, so I'll do that in a second. Alright, so with this, it's another one of the sliding puzzles. Alright. They just go through the order to try and move them this way. Actually, no, let me also show you what happens when you put them in the wrong order, or go through in a... Okay, yeah, sometimes the way they're stuck can't necessarily help, but move them specifically. You know, let's just move anything for the purpose of this. You can kind of feel your way through, but then you have to make sure that everything's matching at the end. You only have a certain number of moves you can do, and if it doesn't work, you have to do it again. Alright, so let's take that one, that one. Wait, did I screw this up? Oh no. Okay, now unfortunately I don't think I did it right. Oh, let's try this again. So let's see. Move that down there. Wait, no. You know, yeah, well, move back. You also need a triangle to move backwards if you make a mistake. Alright, yeah, that was the problem. And then move that down there. And then lastly, move that one up there. And then put in the teal carving we got. Alright, so here we are in the Moon Shrine. Alright, that's quicker than I thought. Found the folklorist research document inside the cabinet. Yeah, like Resident Evil, you get the research elements. Mystery of the cabinet and the moon well. The moon well is hidden inside here, and it's in with a trick mechanism which moves to open the entrance to the moon well with a certain routine being performed. Well, a vague description is here. You have to acquire the symbols from the 4 rope pullers and show the Himuro family master seal. Must mean the opening of the door requires the symbols carried by the 4 priests participating in the ceremony and the Himuro family master seal as well. For now the family has ceased to exist, there's no way to know how to acquire everything. Alright, so to know how to acquire them, you're in the symbols. Take pictures of each of these. Give you a hint of these things. Alright, so there's the stone area we got the gold indent from, or the gold plating thing. There's this one. Okay, it didn't take for some reason. Let's try again. Alright, that's the grave that I believe is outside this one. Also, you get the photos in your file for specific things. So you go in the menu, you can take a look at them again. Alright, that's a stone statue that's out near the water. I'm going to that in just a second. And then we have this last one. Alright, that's in the backyard. We're going to go there last. So we need to get the symbols that come from each of those. And the way to do that is go out to 4 areas. And first one's going to be right here. Oh, no, don't go backwards. Also, by the way, one other thing I guess I mentioned last time we played it, but I'll mention it again now, is that, yeah, Miku can walk up the stairs without holding a button, so it's not, or pressing a button, so it's not like Resident Evil that way. Alright, first thing is right over here.
It's too bad, but it must be sealed.
Alright, this is one of the 4 priests. They often don't have heads, so it can sometimes be hard to hit them. And they'll throw those orbs out, which will hurt you, so strafe. And sometimes they'll just do that shock thing. Uh-oh, no, no, no. Yeah, but these are the priests that we had in the cutscenes when they're doing all those horrible things to those girls, you know, ripping their eyes out or stabbing their eyes out. I was just, ooh! Okay, good. Yeah, that's not blood. Well, I guess for the ghost it's not blood. It's funny, the blood is or I guess I had like a heart murmur or something. I don't want to use that yet. But I also don't want to die. You know what? I'll do a bind on him. Perfect. Alright, you're dead. I said hit him once, then again, and we're set. Alright. Yeah, and I don't want to use the bind again too much, because I have... Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm going to go and get the other one of those stones I need for that, because you run into those not much in this chapter. Yeah, when you kill one of those, or exercise one of them, you get that symbol off of them, where you got the one in the picture there. And you get a note.
Only purpose is to die.
Alright, so here is the background of Kyrie, who was actually the girl, I think, in the cutscene who got her eyes stabbed out. Kyrie has been acting strangely ever since she met the young guest. I'm not suppose she's attracted to him, but she goes too deeply involved with this world because of him. She may lose her potential as a proper shrine maiden. Have to do something and quickly. Alright, so, interesting enough, this game has the teen rating for its violence. They don't go into anything about some of the sexual stuff of this. Well, the second game does. This one does not. But yeah, it is kind of going into that subtle perspective. Hey, she has the hots for some guy, and the question, wait, she's going to be the shrine maiden. She has to be pure, and I believe there is... Chat, let me know, because my knowledge of, like, Japanese, you know, history and things like that, or, like, the maiden culture, or the idea of, like, that in Japanese mythology and history is not the strongest. I don't know if that's part of what that is, or if maybe that I'm just assuming. Let me know if that's something you have knowledge of. Or if I'm getting that right. Okay, no, I can't go in through this on this side. Alright, so I do need to go and... Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to go around. Also, I gotta think about where I can find some health. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go around the other way. We're gonna go back to that area that I didn't want to go through, because in there is a stone for the purpose of my auxiliary, and then also we have one of those stone mirrors. Because if I get hurt too badly, I get a game over. But I don't want to use my sacred water just yet. On the way back, I definitely want to save. Or actually, what's my health looking like? Alright, fine. We'll go through the door. If I run into the ghost again, we're turning around. Okay, good. So far, nothing. I think they're on intervals, feasibly, so you can find them in certain areas. So let's go back to the kimono room, which is over here. Alright, now the stone mirror is right over here. In the corner over here, we have the spirit stone. So yeah, I can use my auxiliary again. Oh, shit. So the ghost's here already. Alright, so make it bad dash back. Come on, Miku, let's get going. Yeah, because they can hit you when you're going through the door, and you can't do a thing about it. So you gotta be quick and hope that the game doesn't decide to load the door a little more. Not that it's long, but sometimes even the slightest bit of inconsistency there will mean that you're going to be in trouble. And yeah, open the door. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to get on that. Right, with that stone and the other thing, we're going to go save, and then, actually, yeah, you know, we can do the one here. Because there's 4 of these. And there is actually one over in this direction. So I may as well do the one here, and... Actually, no. Let me do one other thing. Go back to the mask room, because there is film in here. Okay, that's 37, so that'll be helpful. And you know what? For the purpose of the priest battles, I think I should get the 37 out. Oh, shit, no. Or... Wait, where was it? Yeah, I saw the orange go off on my radar. Alright, so yeah, get rid of this. Let's get the 37. I'm getting more points out, so I should be close to being able to afford another upgrade. Oh, no, I don't want to do that again. Okay, so, same deal as before. Walk right in front.
Ritual begin. Bring along Kyrie.
I pull the camera out and get an idea of where he is. I'm not going to use the bind, but sometimes in his case, he can come from the ground. If you get him in the 0 shot like that, he'll be going away, or back a little bit. Yeah, here's the other thing about the challenge when it comes to some of these fights. It sometimes is challenging based on what is it? Okay, good. Yeah, okay, I got lucky getting in his head that way. The challenge sometimes with these bosses is that the environment you're in, because it's kind of cramped, and you don't move very fast when I'm, you know, in the first-person mode, which is why I oftentimes will switch out. Oh, shit, no. I want to keep an eye on what he is, so I get the shot and get his head in the shot, because if I don't, it's trouble. Alright, you got him. Yeah, and with that, you get another symbol. Okay. Actually, this is going a lot better than it did on the test playthrough, but that's why I did a test playthrough on this specifically, because I realized how hard this game was when I was doing it, and I said, I have to know what I'm doing, I need to know where I'm going, and keep this thing moving. Alright, there is a note over here. So let's see what this priest has to say. The ritual failed, the mansion is filled with the malice, and that malice has made the master lose his sanity. Who'd have thought this calamity would happen? It's all over now. There's no telling what'll happen unless we find a way to close the gate before it opens completely. Alright, so that's the second one, and the next two are... The one is by the water wheel that's back where the moon shrine is, and the other one's out in the backyard. We're going to the backyard last. You could feasibly do these in any order, but honestly, I'm just doing it, I guess in some ways, where a save point is, close to. And there is also one in the backyard when we get over there. But also just because I want to also remember, like, hey, I want to make sure I can get enough items to stay alive. And be prepared for the bosses or any other encounters I have. And I think I can get through to the kimono room. I couldn't go in that way from that end, but I think I can go from this end. Yeah, right there. That's what I mentioned as far as how the loading can be a little slow. And that is how it's disguising the loading as it is. So, in that case, if you're being chased by a ghost and you want to get away, that can sometimes spell the end of you. Alright, so back at the doll room, and with that, we can go to the water wheel, which is in the back. Okay, so if you walk past the moon shrine over here... Oh, wait. Yeah, my heartbeat went off as far as that. Oh, wait. It's a big cherry tree with full branches, no leaves left on it. Actually, I think I remember what's here. Yeah. Sometimes in the environments you'll see, like, hints to that, and you can find a highlight. Oh, one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my old film on, because at this point it doesn't matter what film you use, but this is not something for combat, and I want to hold the powerful stuff till later. You use the weak stuff. They had it. Alright, that's Yai. Actually, okay, that is the woman who was, our mother, pretty much. Yeah, you get a little hint of that, or a little, shot of her. And no, not file. Camera, and you do get points on the back of that. Of which... Okay, I could max my speed out, or I can go for range, and... You know, let's max speed. Oh, no. Yeah, let's max speed out. And I believe that, I don't know if this is right or not, I'll put this in the YouTube site to correct if it isn't. I think you do need to play through the game a second time to max out everything, I think. Unless you find all the hidden ghosts. Alright. But there is something else at the water wheel. I just saw my light went off. Oh, here we go. Here's Sokka. Alright, so that's another one. And I think there are... ghosts here. Also, I do want to check over on the end here to see there's not an item. I don't think there is, but I just want to confirm that. Okay, there's not. Alright, so one of the pictures showed we have to go out to the water over here. And so, yeah, the static camera angles, which, again, the Resident Evil perspective, although in this case it's kind of... It's like Resident Evil Code Veronica in the sense that it's kind of dynamic. As you move along, sometimes it'll move with you, like this. Sometimes do this cuts.
Why did you become attached to this world? You'll only suffer.
Alright, there is the ghost. Let me run. Also, remember to do what I didn't do on the test playthrough, is go back for the note. Yeah, sometimes his head goes away, so you have to be careful of that. Oh, and, yeah, one other thing, I should have done this. Put the more powerful film on, or put the 37 on. Alright. You sometimes just want to run away to get him out of the area. And just hope his head pops up after that. And use the quick turn. Alright. I think somebody had to kind of go around him. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Oh, no. Alright, he got me, but fine. I used that. No problem. Actually, using that is advantageous this way because in that case, it doesn't cause as much damage for the recovery. I mean, it doesn't tack on more damage when it do a full recovery with the stone for it. Alright, yeah, you're going down. And there's another... Oh, shit. Yeah, he gave me the, oh, shit. The fire and then the, I guess not the healing touch as it was, the dying touch as it might be. Alright, come on. Alright, got him. Okay. Now we're gonna go to the backyard. I'm a little nervous because there is a ghost encounter we have to hit, and it's not an optional one. It's one I can't run away from. Oh, oh, I got hurt anyway because the fire was there. Oh, great. Alright, let me just go back here and get the notes so we can get a sense of what the story is looking like for these priests. The old book in front of the burial. We followed the master's orders and hid the guest. I told Kyrie our guest had gone home. We'll have to carry the body far, far away so she never finds out. I felt sorry for the poor man. What else could I do? We priests must protect the rope shrine maiden at all costs. Okay. So yeah, it looks like they murdered the boy that she was attracted to because he was going to get in the way. Yeah, there's clearly something not right at this place. But it did attract the perspective of Miku and also her brother. Because basically, actually, that's one other thing I may as well go into, is that from what I understand, the way this plot works is that they have the ability, or both of these characters have the ability to understand or feel, you know, supernatural stuff, which is the reason why she has the camera and she's able to make it work to, you know, capture the ghosts within it. So in that case, that's kind of what's tying back as well as kind of the family lineage of them themselves and how it ties in with all the rituals going on at this mansion. Which, by the way, her brother came here because his, he is like a mentor of his, I think it's either he's a mentor or someone he admires. It's sometimes a little vague as to which one. But he came here to find him, and now he's missing, and she came to go find her brother. Alright, so yeah, this is where we're going to get a case of this. So get my camera ready, although when I go in here and you get into an area where there's something, it'll go away. Okay, there we go. Or maybe not, never mind. Yeah, she's powerful, but she usually will not blindside me too much. So as long as I move left and right a bit, or if not, just come out of camera mode and start running. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, sometimes you also come out of that and just see the ghost a little easier. Okay, got it. Okay, good. Yeah, because you get her into zero shot, she'll be stunned. Which we want to do, but then she goes away. Where is she? Where is she? Yeah, I don't see her. Where'd she go? This is also maybe where some of the terror comes from. The idea is you can't see where the ghost is sometimes. You have to kind of come out of that first person and go back in to get the shot. Alright, we got her. Alright, and there's film. Fantastic. By the way, each time you pick up a film roll like that, it's 12 exposures. So you will get a decent amount of shots for what's going on. But those drops don't happen often, or they, not the drops, they just are not placed that often. Alright, so we gotta go through the door here, and there is a little bit of a puzzle. Yeah, it's another one of these things. Malice souls lost from the gouged out words. Actually, I think I remember this one. This is, 1, 3, 4, 7. Okay, never mind. It's not that. I thought it was. Oh, no, no. Yep, it goes the other way, because these go counterclockwise from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Seven. There we go. Alright, with that, the door's unlocked. By the way, if you're hearing some weird noise, like things clanking out, it's raining outside. It actually just started, so yeah, it is a dark and stormy night. Perfect for a horror game. Alright, the last priest thing is here. This is a save point, we're using it. Alright, and there's the stuff we went with the well. That's in part 1. So yeah, go back to part 1 if you're wondering what happened. But yeah, we ran into a case of... Yeah, that's good. Alright, yeah, it is Dark and Stormy Night in the game, too. Perfect. Alright, here is where the last priest is.
The ritual has failed. It's all over.
I do like that effect. Actually, this is a little easier because we have more of a range to walk around. Oh, well! Right, nice shot. Oh! Yeah, and sometimes they'll go in the opposite direction, so you get lucky that way if they don't hit you. In first-person mode, I'm lucky that he didn't hit me from that. Alright, they hit me from that. Ooh! Ow, and not the fire, no! No, I don't want to lose this. Oh, great. Alright, there we go. That is what a game over looks like. At least I get to show that. And at least I saved over there. That's why I save every step I can. You go into album mode and you take the pictures you had, or you go back to the title screen. So yeah, you have to load for your save. If I didn't save frequently, yeah, I'd have to do a lot of this over. So, yeah. Actually, in that case, if I get hit again, I'm going to use the water, or the sacred water to recover myself. I forgot I didn't have another one of those stones. But at the very least, I'm glad it happened here. I guess I'm glad it also didn't happen when we did Luigi's Mansion. But it would have been the same case for that game, too.
The ritual has failed. It's all over.
Alright, priest, let's go. Oh. Oh, no. Yeah, it takes a lot of my health off. You know, I think there's an item I can find that'll help me, so, you know, we'll use this. Unless I die again.
Why are you so attached to this world?
Right, come on. Actually, also the thing I'm noticing with this guy is that he goes out of zero state very quickly. Okay, I missed his head, so yeah, we're not getting him. Yeah, you know what? I think, yeah, this... See, I'm surprised this is going to be the part where I'm getting game over. Actually, if I do, I kind of want... I think that's going to be a good thing, so I can get my sacred water back. Come on, come on, come on. I got him. Weird enough, I kind of didn't want to get him, and to a certain degree, because I want to have some health. Alright, but yeah, he's dead. Alright, so that is the last of the priests. Oh, Oh, I was going to say, if I died from that, that would have been hilarious. It probably would have been advantageous. But alright, fine, we got literally no life left, but, we're going to make one little bit of a detour. Well, two things. Let's read his book. The master's decision was a poor one. Kyrie has realized we hid the guest. She's depressed and anxious. The day ritual is fast approaching. Alright. Yeah, we are going down here. You don't have to go this way, but I'm doing it for two reasons specifically. Actually, three, technically. So, let's do it. Yeah, we're going over to the walking down the forest path to the Narukami Shrine, or the Narukami Shrine. Yeah, they didn't space it. I'm noticing that actually a lot in this game. All right, we're seeing some flashes over there as we go down in the creepy forest. Yeah, there are 2 items you want to be cognizant of over here. On the right is the stone mirror. So yeah, we have a way to protect ourselves in the next boss battle. And then the one after that... Oh yeah, she's breathing, by the way, with my health down and with no way to recover myself. Yeah, we're going to be hearing that for quite a bit of time. Box of film. This is Type 90 film. This is the best film in the game. Oh shit, there's a ghost. Or 3 ghosts. Oh shit, no. Okay, you know what? I'm letting myself die. Persona again? Yes. You know what? Yeah, kill me, ghosts. So I'm gonna fight that priest again. I'll tell you why. Because A, it'll get me my sacred water back. And B, it'll get me this stone mirror back. Because I need that for the next boss. Let the kids kill me. Yeah, just keep going. Don't worry. Or no, I'm gonna worry. Just let them die. But Persona again, yeah. I don't know if anything in Persona goes to this degree. Yeah, there you go. Come on, kids. Alright, so, yeah, Miku died. Yeah, it is definitely giving you a laugh that way. But I'm realizing, personally, that, you know what? It's better for me to fight the priest again and have my health higher, or get my health higher coming out, and still have the water that way. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? And there's always the benefit of something like this. You can then plan something different. Yeah, with the children, you know, feasibly tearing me apart, let me pull out... I'll pull the 74 out, because I do need it for the boss that's coming up after, or the return of that samurai guy. But what I want to do is I want to have it out here so I can take care of the priest quicker without dying feasibly, or without losing anything. Alright, so yeah, the priest, let's take care of him for the 3rd time. I'm glad it's happening here, because I had much worse luck with a lot of this stuff when I was doing the test playthrough. And it's somewhere short, so I don't have to go back too far. Oh, get out of the way, get out of the way. Alright. Alright, come on. Show your head, my friend. Oh, no! Oh, wait, how did that not work? I guess his head disappeared at the last second. You know what? I'm pulling out the weaker film now, or the slightly weaker film. Just so I won't run out of the other shots. Because I need as many... Oh, no! Stop, Miku! Oh, no! Great. Alright, so there you go. Yeah, unfortunately, this is what happens. Or can happen, at least. Alright. Actually, to be fair, I'll say this. Oh, no. Oh, no, I'll show this off. Yeah, this is album mode. You go in here, you can take the pictures that you took and put them into an album. It takes up, actually, a lot of space in the memory card. Alright, let's try this again. I mean, I'm glad it's happening here, because I'm realizing, actually, we're getting through this game faster than I thought. Although, maybe it's because I did the test stuff. Maybe that's the benefit of sometimes doing a test playthrough. It took me way longer to do this yesterday. It took me... just to go from where we ended last time we played this, it was about 6 hours that I spent to finish the game. And part of that was actually me restarting stuff. Damn, you aren't kidding. Yeah, and that's even... Because here's the thing, the game is about, from what I understand, it's about... I think it's supposed to be 8-9 hours about total. But I think part of it is also because you run into cases where you don't have a lot of items for healing yourself. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll use one of those binds. Or no, I don't want to use the bind because I want to use it on the boss we got. So yeah, no bind usage here. All right, let's get this guy this time. Oh no, come out of that. All right, he's good. He did the dive, so that's good that way. Oh no, crap! His head went away. Actually, you know what? That's fine. I'm using this, but I at least can use some of the super strong film. And the other thing I'm going to do immediately after this, I'm going to go save. So yeah, finally. Oh, okay, fine. We killed him twice. Or got rid of him twice. I mean, he's a ghost. I guess he's not dead, so whatever. Oh, no, but... Oh, yeah, but I walked into the fire. No, I don't want to walk into the fire. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Alright, Type 14. It doesn't matter what I have. And actually, that's the other thing about that. I bet Johnny would be pissed at these ghosts. You're talking Johnny Ortiz of the Super Game Brothers show. And also of Some Call Me Johnny channel. I don't know if he's touched this franchise, actually. As far as... I can imagine the idea of anybody feasibly, you know, getting... Yes, okay. I could get that idea of it being that perspective, although, I guess here's the thing. I would think that maybe... Oh, okay, that was not me getting hurt. That was just me getting nervous by the thunder, so don't worry. We're set. I would think maybe... And, chat, let me know this. I mean, if there's anybody who's in survival horror games, is that... If maybe that, if you've played a lot of them, that'll help you for stuff, particularly for item management, honestly. Because I think that's really where a lot of this stuff is getting a little difficult. Uh-oh. Got ghosts. Let me just see if these are the kid ghosts. Okay, they are the kid ghosts, so we're in good shape. Yeah, but it is also... Oh, crap. I'm getting, Okay, I'm getting surrounded. Although, actually, it's okay with these ghosts here because we're not as bad if I can get myself out of the way. Because they won't do as much damage as the other ones. So that's also where the boss concept comes in. Alright, come on, kiddies. Oh, by the way, also, when you have multiple ghosts there, you lock on and are stuck there when you defeat one. But I would think maybe, when as I mentioned as far as the difficulty on this, part is because as soon as you die, you get a game over and you have to go back and load from your save. I don't know if the other Fatal Frames do that. I'll put a... I'm referencing Meltdown with Ghosts and Goblins. Oh yeah, that's true. No, then again, that would be anybody with Ghosts and Goblins from Capcom for NES, because that game is insanely difficult. That's also a game that feasibly I could do, although if I do that, I probably will use the Switch release of that, or the Switch Online release. Okay, I got double shot, perfect. So killed the one and then the other one died. But just because of how difficult some of this stuff can be. And for that one, it's like, well, save states are a good thing for that. And with this one, I should pretend there is no release of this that has that. Because even the PS3 edition is just a port of this one. But you're right. I mean, I think maybe for people who are really, really skilled at survival horror games, maybe that makes this a bit easier. Although then you have the concept of, you know, the camera, which is really where the gameplay crux is. And I also don't know necessarily how hard the other games in the series are. I mean, this game is insanely hard, but it is something that, yeah, you gotta bring your A game. Also coming here because there's a hidden ghost. Alright, that's Takamine. We got him, and we're all set. I think there's an item in here, too. Let me just take a scour. Alright, never mind. There is not. At least I don't think there is. Yeah, so we had a puzzle last time. I can't believe it was a year ago we did this, but that's what I said. I can never play this one. I mean, I guess because of what? The difficulty? Or, I mean, here's the question, Dolphin. What's your experience with the survival horror genre? Stuff like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Is it that, or is it maybe the fear factor, potentially, or maybe a mixture of both? I mean, I'll say this is definitely not as easy a game as some other stuff. Although, feasibly, I guess, yes to, I guess, all of the above, maybe? Or yes and no. Yes to difficulty, no necessarily to the fear perspective. Although, I mean, it does have a good fear perspective, the experience of it. Yeah, that's true, and I guess I didn't get the priest writing. We saw that, we'll skip it. Yeah, because, I mean... Although, I guess as far as difficulty with a survival horror game, I don't know if I'd necessarily say this is the hardest one I've played. Or I don't have experience with the genre. Okay, gotcha. I mean, I would say if you're going to come into a genre like this, this genre for the first time, it could be daunting. Yeah, that's true. This is daunting, I guess, to that very reason. But I think... I'll say this. I mean, there is sort of an adjustable difficulty, but this is on normal. And it's still getting this difficult. It's not insanely hard, but you do run into a case where, compared to some other survival horror games, you have more you need to manage. I mean, even more than something like Resident Evil. I mean, honestly, I'd say if you're going to get into one survival horror game to start, I like just watching and learning. No, yeah, absolutely, I get that. No problem. No question to that. But also, I would say, if you're going to start for a survival horror game that's very approachable and easy to get into, and chat, let me know what your suggestion would be for that as well. I'd probably say Resident Evil 4. Because in a lot of ways, it does have a similar action pattern. Actually, in some ways like this one, in the sense that you're going into an aim mode with your weapon. And also because when you die, you do have more frequent checkpoints, where in this case, you have to make sure you're saving a lot, otherwise you go back a ways. And as far as difficulty, I mean, I'm trying to think, like, what are some of the hardest games of this type? But again, chat, let me know any experiences you have, what you'd say would be a good answer to that. And if nothing else for something like this, it's also the idea that, you know, it's, again, a good experience as far as understanding this genre, but also of seeing other survival horror games. Alright, so we got all 4 of these. We got the really, really powerful film. So what I want to do is I want to go back to the shrine and open up the bottom. Well, actually... Oh, no, I have to go that way anyway, so that's fine. And I do have my Type 90 film, Type 7 or 74, Sacred Water, and a Stone Mirror. Okay, so we're good. And, okay, my health is low, but that's fine. Also, to go back to the difficulty thing, I don't know necessarily how difficult or not the later games of the series are. Because I have Crimson Butterfly, the second one, but I haven't played it that much. Alright, so, in all 4 of these, what you want to do is you want to start at each of these, and you want to hit them counterclockwise with the Sanskrit buttons. You want to hit 1, 2, 3, 4, start in the center, hit the 1. And hear a latch go. Then you go to the right side of it, go around, and hit the next one. And if it says nothing, if you hit the wrong one, it'll say, okay, nothing happened. So, let's see, there's 3. And then 4. I guess to go back to this idea of watching and learning, that can be the other perspective, because, yeah, Sweetfirst are saying you're curious about Clock Tower, wondering, do I have experience? And here's a cut. No, actually, no, I'll let this go. Oh, no, we're good, because we don't have a boss here. But yeah, like Clock Tower, it can also be an interesting experience to understand, like, where does the line lie as far as maybe a difficulty perspective of a survival horror game, because in all honesty, now me thinking about it, I haven't played quite as many of these as you might think, and also, on top of that, I'm not really sure if I can answer the idea of what's a difficult one or a not difficult one. Well, that much. But alright, there is our pressure point. Alright, so there's blood coming out of that. We gotta follow the blood trail. And we don't have a battle we have to get into yet. We just have to have one coming up later. Oh no, go back. I guess to go back to that then, I guess Luigi's Mansion feasibly would be an easier one. Although, even Luigi's Mansion has the same design element as this one, whereas if you're not saving your game constantly, you die, it's a game over, and you have to go back to the title screen and start from where you last saved. So even that game is not, you know, using the kid gloves treatment on you, despite the fact that it is, I guess, to a certain extent, a little easier. And I guess also you get more recovery items, generally speaking, and also between nights you don't have the layouts of those health items, you know, going away, or the fact you're running on limited health. One thing I'm going to do first is I'm going into the rubble room to save. So in that way, I guess it was good we did Luigi's Mansion a couple weeks ago, because it kind of gives a good, you know, reference point to us coming back to this game. To see, okay, Luigi's Mansion, when you really think about it, is a survival horror game, to a degree, a different capacity for sure. But then let's also contrast that with another one, in this case, this one. And also one that's celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. At least as far as Japan's release, because it came out in Japan in 2001, as 2002 for the US. Alright, so we have to save, we have to go back to the, what was it, the Grand Hall. And this I'm getting nervous about, because we got to get into a battle with that, really hard boss we had before. I'm going to use my binds there. Alright, there's the storeroom. I don't remember what the code is for that, so I'm going to bypass it. Actually, I don't know if there even is a code. Also, I do want to check one thing at the end here. Because in the crevice over here, there's usually... Oh, shit, an item. Alright, there's a stone mirror, there's also a ghost. I gotta get away from the ghost. No! Yeah, I'm more nervous because I don't want to die and waste that. No. Alright, bye-bye, ghost. I gotta go. Go to the door! Alright, at least I got to show that happening. The idea that the ghost can hit you on the door. Alright, there we go. So yeah, this is where we are. I'm loading my film up, and I'm getting everything ready. We did the test playthrough. I didn't use the 90 as much, but you know what? This is the strongest stuff that you got. And there's another batch of this comes next episode. Alright, we're going to do this. So we're going to ask this ghost, do you know the meaning of being sanctified? For all of you Marvin Gaye fans out there. But yeah, there's a big puddle of blood in here.
Kyrie, the strangling ritual.
Alright, strangling ritual, Kyrie. Oh boy. Okay, quickly, let me make sure I have everything set. Yeah, I'm gonna let myself feasibly die if I have to, but I have the stone. Alright. Where is he? Where the hell is he? Remember that sword thing we fought before in the Buddha room? It's back, and we have to kill it again. Get into a bind state if I can get... There you go. Got him. Oh shit, it didn't take completely. Okay, yeah, I used it. That's the other thing. They have strong health. Oh shit. Alright. No, get out of that. Get out of that. Let's get my 37. Oh, no, get my 74. Because I don't want to use all my 90 film. I need that for the end game. Alright, the benefit of this room is it is wide like this, so you can kind of run back and forth. I think there is actually an item here. And I'm out of stone, so I can't do the bind thingy. And I also can't survive feasibly if he slices me too many times. Oh, stop! Oh, he's doing slice. He's getting ready. Oh, no. Yeah, because, yeah, if you're wondering, like, why am I going into the menu so much? Okay, film. And take water. Oh, I did not know that was here. I did not see that on my test playthrough. Oh, shit. Oh, no, I'm stuck. Oh, so actually, I'm in a better shape now. I did not know that was there. Alright, so we're using the sacred water. There's a full health recovery, and I'm going out this way. He just run back and forth, pretty much. Oh, but yeah, sometimes he could get up. Oh, shit, he's killing me this way. Come on. Alright, one more shot and I'll get him. As long as I let it charge long enough. Where is he? Alright, got him. Alright, thank God that sacred water is there. And I think there's also a medicinal herb, so I'm gonna go find it. Or an herbal medicine, this is. I'm thinking Resident Evil. But it works like Resident Evil exactly, in the sense that it recovers your health, but you can't mix them. Alright, that's the Master Seal. I know what we gotta do is we gotta go back to actually, yeah, we have to go back to the shrine for that one, but before we do that, I'm gonna clear this area out of items. Because actually, this is the end of Chapter 3. And, by the way, when we go to the next chapter, the item layouts are gonna be gone. Begone, Satan. Yeah, the right way to get a sense of that for this game. For sure. And I guess, feasibly that way, when you really think about it, or the irony of that, for the perspective of, hey, the priests are doing their, you know, twisted ritual with, Kyrie, and we're gonna get the through line with her in a bit, but okay, we're good. Alright, so I'm gonna go backwards, and I'm gonna go get the, sacred stone that's on the way. Yeah, having that health recovery or that instant, you know, saving me from death recovery item is gonna be a godsend. Alright, yeah, I'm just going into... Oh, it's the other way. If I remember the code for the storeroom, I would go in there, but I don't know if there is one for Chapter 3, but alright. So there's a stone mirror. Yeah, that's the other thing that also makes it difficult, is that you can't hold more than one stone mirror at a time. So you have to use the other one and have the other one be used, and then go get the other ones. That was actually the tough part of the test playthrough, of just keeping a track of where all those things are, and then saying, okay, I die, or I almost die, and that gets used, where's the next one? Actually, the next chapter is not going to be too bad with that, because actually the next chapter is much shorter than this one, or Chapter 2, although also part of that was I was skipping all the cutscenes. But thankfully, that was the last battle we had to fight for this part, so, or at least this part of the game. So we can go in here and go to the next area. And using the Master Seal we got, place it in. And there we go. There is the moon well they were referencing. It's interesting she was shooting her flashlight, but there's no light in it. Guess they didn't render it for this FMV cutscene. The Ring? Yeah, I was gonna say, The Ring. I'm pretty sure that Tecmo is probably looking at that, or looking at the Japanese one, which came out, I think, about 3 years before this game did. Because actually this game predated the US version, the remake by Gore Verbinski. So, actually, also, by the way, that when we pick that up, that's the end of the chapter, but there are items in here, so I'm going to pick them up. There's also a save room that's totally useless, or a save point that's actually, for now, totally useless because... Actually, wait a minute. Is there an item here? Okay, let me put the viewfinder up. But yeah, you're right. The idea of going into the well... Okay, there's another case of us going to the well for last part as well. And then that being the take of how the ring went. Alright. There's the Holy Mirror. So we need another piece of this. But first cutscene.
No, Kitty.
There we are. We are done with chapter 3, but that's why I was saying the save point was useless for now, because anytime you end a chapter, you get a free save, and you also get a full health recovery. Yeah, I believe the idea of that is that Kyrie is, there in the girl in the well, the Ring perspective, or Ringu's perspective, take that version, but also the other ghost, one of the ones we saw before, the young girl, she does help us. I believe there might be a through line in part 1 that's of this game that we played last year. But, yeah, so she's going to help us feasibly, but you're not seeing much of our brother. I don't know if he's doomed. I don't remember, because actually I haven't watched the cutscenes for this. But yeah, this is the final night. So like we just mentioned, it's 4 chapters. But first, we wake up.
Who are you?
Alright, so yeah, I guess she wants to play a song on the... Is that the lute? Or... No, okay, no, it's not a lute. It's probably a Japanese instrument. I think it's the... I'll look at what that is and I'll put a reference to it. I don't think it's a shakuhachi because it's like a flute instrument. But yeah. Or anyone in chat, if you know what that is, let me know. But alright, what you gotta do is... Oh, it's a koto. Alright, yeah. Dumb me. Yeah, here we go. It's an old song, but I think you can play it. And a gramophone. So you go over here, pick up the music, and play it. Alright, with that, the door opened. So yeah, I guess we're getting into some aspects of like the music stuff, like with Resident Evil. I always think of how Code Veronica did stuff, the music, the which they put on the music box in that one. Or, of course, Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata in the first one. Alright, so one thing I do want to do here is switch my film out. Actually, let's go 37. Yeah, 37 should be fine for what we're doing. Alright, but we do have another cutscene. There's going to be a lot of plot going on here, by the way. So I'm going to hit this one, and I'll be right back. Or, okay, now I'll hit it. Come on. And with that, we got another battle, although this is not too bad. Yeah, in that case, we killed in one hit. Actually, this is actually, when I did the test playthrough on this, I realized this is actually very linear compared to the rest of the game, which is fine, I think, for the purpose of, hey, we're on, the last stretch of this game. Just keep the rhythm, the forward momentum going that way. There's herbal medicine, which is good. You will get a lot of items for the purpose of recovery. So you shouldn't be in too much of a worry that way. Alright, come on, come on. Alright, yeah, 'cause you know what? See, here's the thing. I've been hitting the mute button on the mic for all this. Honestly, just keep myself quiet anytime we hit a cutscene, because some of them can be pretty short of showing, this is going on. I believe that is Kyrie again. But she's probably realizing what's happening. Or, this, again, it's the flashback concept, I think, for this. Alright. So now we're in the Buddha room again, but we're on the, side of this. I don't know if you can fall off. Okay, never mind. You can't. There's an invisible wall. Alright. But you can't run across this. We can keep an eye on where items might be. Oh, there's a save point here. Okay, I did not even see that when I test played through this. Alright. So honestly, when I was doing this yesterday, I died so many times at Chapter 2 and 3, trying to go through that. I said, you know what, I just want to get through this as quick as possible, honestly. So I kind of just running past everything. But for the purpose of this, no, we will not. Alright, there's 90 film. That's the other batch of that. I believe there's only 2 of those in the entire game, or 2 that I was able to find. But that should be enough for when we get to the final boss. And there... Yeah, there's a... I think that's a sacred stone over there, I think. Or no, it's a stone mirror. Actually, I don't know if there are any more sacred stones. Yeah, but I don't need one for now. It's one of those cases I hope the other games that come after this give you the option to have, multiple of those. And also, wait, did I go the wrong way? Let me look at the map. Oh, it's on the other side. And while I'm here, let me take a look at my camera for some of the builds. Yeah, you know what, let's take a look at this. Okay, we got slowdown, we got pressure, search. Alright, can I afford anything more here? Okay, not yet. Actually, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna pay for the range. So I'll max the range out at the very least. Okay, no, we have to go this way. Alright. I mean, in this part of the game, it's not... It's easy to get going through forward momentum this way, and you're not going to get lost that much, because most of where you're going is straight on. Alright, so there's the girl who helped me out of the well, but yeah, she's going away. When you do it here, you go in and grab what she left. And also pick up the items. Alright, let's take a look at the diary, alright? This is Kyrie's diary. Day to day, I get to walk outside. I was walking in the mansion's atrium when suddenly he appeared from out the guest room. First time I've talked to an outsider since I came here. It was so much fun. He came to see me, let me out of the room, and we went outside. I know the names of all the flowers. And about this is so new to me. My face got hot again today, but I didn't want to hide this time. Alright, so in some ways it seems like it's more of a, the idea of, like, her getting interested in that guy that came to visit more as, like, a platonic thing. Alright, came to see me again. The chief priest said we mustn't go out in the garden, so we stayed in the room and talked. But many things about the outside world. I feel so happy when I'm with him. Well, alright, but it also understands, like, why she's curious. While in the garden with him today, how beautiful the cherry blossoms are. Told me so much since we've met. I never feel lonely anymore. And there's no more books to read. Alright, so here's another piece of the Holy Mirror. There's one more, and then we'll be done. And then here's Kyrie's hairpin. Yeah, that's the thing. I was thinking, looking at that cutscene, Kyrie and her brother, Mafuyu. It's not him, though, because, like, wait a second, this all took place years ago. The idea of the lore of this took place in 1986, and now this is set where she is now in 2001. And Mafuyu had only gone to the mansion a couple weeks before the events of this game when we start controlling her. But the idea is, like, hey, the idea of the past and the future kind of connected. Alright, there's a diary here. Let's see what it says. The annual ritual will be held soon. The master and the priests are performing their ablutions. Is that right? Alright, looks like the whole family's gathered here at the mansion for the ritual. You're so lonely, but today it's bustling with life. While the priest is staring at me and looks so sad, I'm the rope shrine maiden, and I have a very important obligation to fulfill. How can I perform my duty as a shrine maiden now, feeling as I do? I found out the true joy of living. Alright, so basically, Kyrie knew she was going to die because of this, but now she's realizing, hey, there's a reason to live. I was looking out the window today, I saw me walking in the garden. He didn't notice me, but was walking around leisurely and gazing at the trees and hills. So again, walking the garden, he saw me once too and waved to me, but I don't know why. My face got hot and I ducked out of sight. Told the chief priest about it, he was really surprised. Told me I wasn't allowed to look out the window again. Alright, so yeah, the priests, as it is, are shielding her from what this is, and now, as I mentioned, my brother's kind of connected to it, which I guess might be what drew him here, along with the author guide. Uh-oh, my light went out. Or, no, there's a special ghost, girl in white. So at least I did get her. Let me see, did that give me enough to buy the last range? Oh, no, I don't want to buy that yet. Okay, it's a little more. But I have one area I do need to... I guess that also goes to the other perspective, which is, yeah, what this game is doing graphically. Because, yeah, I can show myself in the mirror, walking around, seeing Miku aiming the camera. So, yeah, for a game from about 20 years ago, this game looked really nice and still kind of does. So you gotta give it credit for that, for sure. Alright. Okay, I guess we looked at the mirror for a reason. Oh, yeah, but this is a chase section. I think if you go through this wrong, it's an instant death. Just keep running. Just keep going downstairs. As long as you keep running, which, by the way, running is on square. I probably should mention that from the start. And you also run forward automatically, but I just instinctively pretty much hold the direction I'm running. Just go out... back to the moon shrine, go out the door, and you reset, and damn it, no, open the door, open the door! Alright, made it. Okay. So now, we got everything we needed. We need to go back to the Moon Shrine. Actually, we do need to go back to the well. So actually, we are kind of entering endgame as it is now. Alright, the same as before, but I do want to also scour this, make sure there's no new items. Which it doesn't look like there are. Alright, we're good. So back into the not ring well we go. Okay, yeah, I was thinking ahead. Yeah, in this chapter you have items here. So Sacred Water. And Spirit Stone. Okay, great. So we got some auxiliary power. Actually, before I hit the save point, let me also just check over here, see if there's anything left. Oh, right, we have to put a Kyrie's hairpin in here. And it opens the door over on the side. Alright, so actually this is kind of the last stretch of the game. So honestly, this game is called Project Zero in Japan. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny you mentioned that because, oh, you know, I don't know if I saved that. I just want to make sure I did. Yeah, they changed the name before they brought it over here. I guess maybe they thought, oh, it's clever because it's a fatal frame with the camera. But it's almost like Resident Evil, because Resident Evil is also not named that over in Japan. It's named Biohazard. So yeah, Project Zero is what it's called in Japan for this franchise. But, yeah, they changed the name. Which I don't know if maybe that explains why we didn't get the third or the fourth game over here. But, yeah, I mean, I'm surprised we didn't get that fourth one, because Fatal Frame 4, which is, or Project Zero 4, it was on the Wii, and it was Nintendo who published that for Tecmo. Tecmo's kind of like, yeah, we don't know if we want to continue with this. And so basically, Nintendo did what they did with Bayonetta. Like, Sega said, oh, we don't want that necessarily, or they weren't sure because it didn't sell well from them. Nintendo said, no, we'll take it. And same with Fatal Frame, but now, I mean, with the Nintendo side, only 2 was on the Wii outside of the fourth one. And now, the new one, or the re-release of the more recent one, that's on everything. We got more plot going on now. And there you go with the tragedy of what that is. We also have... Actually, you know what? Let me check my film. Okay, my film is set. Alright, 37, no issue. Oh, shit, no! Okay, I have a lot of recovery items, and there are a couple of those stone mirrors here, if you need them. And they're going to be on the path, too. Oh, right! I forgot. Thank you, Sweetverse. Spirit Camera for 3DS, which is based on this. Yeah, you're right. That did come out here. I never played that. Have you played it? And if so, what do you think of it? Damn, no. Stop, ghosts. Alright, zero shot for you. That one's dead. But yeah, you're right, I forgot about that. So that was another case of, you know, the name changing. So, okay, it changed from Japan, from Project Zero to Fatal Frame. They released all of them as Fatal Frame here, except for this one. Or except for that one, the 3DS one. Oh, stop. Got him. Okay, I'm looking at the Wikipedia entry. Okay, yeah, because you're right, I totally forgot. Because that was a semi-early one for 3DS. It was like, what, 2012, 13? So, I mean, I don't know necessarily if people remember that. In fact, I think... that I think was the first entry of it that we got since the third one at that point. Because the third one was 2005, I believe. And then we got that one, and then we got the Man in Black Water that was the one for 2015. But people were saying, like, well, yeah, when are they going to release 4 here? It's like, yeah, they never released 4 here. And I'm surprised. I mean, I don't know, maybe Tecmo looks back at that and says, well, maybe we will if the Man in Black Water port that just came out does well. Although, given that the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection was not well received, and I'm hearing weird things about how this new one is, and people don't like Made of Black Water. Anyway, I don't know if they'll do it. Alright, buddy, yeah, my brother, here we go. So he was here. What's you got to say? We've been spending the whole game looking for him, but let's see. You guys a note for me. Dear Miku, I know it's weird, but I see you sometimes here in the mansion. I run after you, but always end up losing sight of you. Must just kind of warp in here now. We'll probably never be able to reach each other. Were you worried about me, and is that why you came? I hope you get this note. You need to help me. The force behind the curse of the Himuro mansion is Kyrie. She was sacrificed in the ritual, as we saw, and her sad spirit was exposed to the malice that spilled out of hell when the calamity happened. Now she's a miserable creature that taints everything she comes into contact with. Apparently a reminder of the man she was in love with. Somehow just knew that when she touched me. Plan on going to see her now. If I don't, the mansion will keep claiming victims. Kyrie laments her ill-fated life, but at the same time she regrets not having been able to fulfill her duty as a shrine maiden. Saw the image of Kyrie as a child, and she was looking to help somebody, to help herself, to help her other tortured self. Kyrie is like a person divided into two. Miku, I want you to help Kyrie if you can. You have to seal off the Hell Gate with the Holy Mirror. Okay, so yeah, he went there looking for his mentor author guy and found Kyrie's ghost, and he basically is going to be sacrificing himself. But boy, yeah, we got to help out with what's going on with that. As I mentioned, also goes the idea of like different time perils, or if anyone in the chat is familiar with this, I don't know if you are, movie Possession, which came out actually almost 20 years ago, next year, by Neil LaBute, which is kind of like it's a movie about two, I think, researchers, Aaron Eckhart and Gwyneth Paltrow, who were, like, looking into a mystery that ties to, like, what's going on to them currently in the present day. Yeah, there's Kyrie being tortured to death as part of the ritual.
Stop.
Alright, so yeah, we have to, I guess, save the ghost, or have the cutscene go on more, sorry.
No. No.
Alright, so here's what we gotta do here. We have to find where the ghost is, although this is not actually gonna be a hard one. You have to find out where the ghost is, but she moves around a lot. I don't think she even hurts you that much. Where is she? And she usually is on the floor, and I think you have to do it in time before the binding ends, I think. Alright, I got her. She's not that hard to take out. Or I guess it purifies, it might be. Alright, and there is an item in here. I think. Oh, actually, no. I think it's a stone mirror, so I don't think it's going to be of much use to me. I do have one more of those sacred stones for the bind. Alright, here we go. What do we got here? Stone mirror, but I already have too many of those. And my items are... No, I'll use one of the herbal medicines. So go through the other door. Alright, there is an item over here. What's this? Herbal medicine, perfect. Alright. And Spirit Stone, perfect. Alright, so I have more usages of the bind. Alright, but yeah, I feel the presence of the, ghosts. Alright. Alright, so she's taken care of, and I think that's the only ghost in this, hall, I think. We'll see. Also, there's a lot of items behind me. What we got? Oh, another note from Mafiu. Alright, so we're gonna get more stuff in. I've been thinking about the camera Mom left us. Alright, fitting that we had part 2 this way, because, yeah, the mother died, as we saw at the beginning. The camera was left to us, but also belonged to our grandma, Mikoto. Say it was the only thing she brought with her when she was adopted by the Hinasaki family. Some documents I found here, there were notes about a girl named Mikoto, the same name as our grandmother, finding a camera with an uncanny power. And then Mikoto's mother, the folklorist's wife, died the same way our mother did. Alright, so there you go. Actually, that's probably Mikoto is that young girl then, who's helping us out well. Mom was no match for the gas or the ghostly power of the camera, and it drove her mad, and she had to leave this world. The camera the same one Mikoto's mother had. I don't know the specifics, but I'm sure it's connected to the curse of the mansion. Alright. There's sacred water. Alright, let me just check my stuff. Yeah, let me get a power-up. No, let's get my range ready to go. Or actually, yeah, let's get my range. So it'll widen the capture circle. So basically that circle we put up for this is going to be wider so I can capture the ghosts a little easier. Or hold them in that state. Alright, now... Actually, you know what? This is the final boss I'm coming up on, so let me pull out my 90 film. Yeah, load in the 90, and we're going to be all set. Already? Yeah, because I played this like 4 hours last time when I played it last year. I guess this is the benefit of me running the test playthrough as much as I did. I guess I was able to do it faster. But we have other things we can show off, so we'll have a little bit more time going on the show. And so apparently they opened the Ark of the Covenant from Raiders of the Lost Ark, because yeah, now everyone is dead. So the ritual went through, but yeah, it took everybody out, and I guess that's also the reason why we have all of the spectral beings we've seen. Alright, so there is the door. I don't think there's an item over here, is there? Alright, that's the malice. Alright, so that's what happened. That released. That was the day of the calamity. That's when everything went down. But yeah, we gotta talk to the stones here.
Mafuyu!
Miku.
We'll always be together.
Alright, so Kyrie was seen as a sympathetic victim, perhaps, but she killed our brother, and she needs to go down. Alright, here is the final boss of Kyrie. Get your super strong film out, do a bind on her, and take the shot. One thing to keep in mind, keep your distance from her. If she touches you at all, it's an instant death. But if you have the, sacred stone or the stone mirror, I keep mixing those two things up. If you have that, you're in good shape. Because you'll still be fine. Oh, shit! And also, she'll sometimes do like a shake on that, so it's not going to be stable with your shot. As long as you have the super strong film, keep an eye on where she is, you're going to be okay. Yeah, with the super strong film, this is no problem, but as I said, I'm just doing this to make it easier. You can easily use the not strong film and it'll take forever. Yeah, but that overloaded the camera and it is gone. Yeah, but in that camera, we have the last piece of the mirror. So go find it, or go get it. Basically start running, and go back here. I just have to find where the piece is. Shit. Oh, wait, it was over there, wasn't it? Usually keeping away from her. If she touches me, it's one to kill, but I have the, what is it? I have the stone mirror. Actually, you can just kind of walk around, but it's also kind of hard to see by design. Look for where the hell that item is. I don't see it. Where the hell is the item? Okay, there it is. Perfect. Yeah, fine. Touch me, I don't care. Now what you do is now you have all 5 pieces. Hit right here. Or hit X. Got it.
Mafuyu, thank goodness.
Don't forget your duty.
My duty is to keep this gate closed. Leave this gate to me. The rest of you, hurry and escape.
But what about you?
I must stop the calamity, or else it will happen again. Don't worry about me. You must go.
Mafuyu, come on!
Miku. I must stay.
What are you saying?
I think I can help her. Miku, you go on without me. Miku. The whole time Kyrie was guiding me, I could hear her screaming. Screaming for help. As the rope shrine maiden, she was destined to seal the gate. Yet she also wanted to be with the one she loved. But she couldn't have both, and was being torn apart by those two feelings, which resulted in the calamity. Her spirit was touched by the malice, and she became a creature that wanted to make others suffer as she had. Now free of the malice, she is about to fulfill her duty as the rope shrine maiden. Her soul must remain here, keeping this gate sealed off for all eternity. All alone. Endless pain. As long as she is free of pain, as long as she is not left hopeless, I wish to be by her side. Miku.
Mafuyu. Look, their souls are all going back to where they belong.
Miku. I now realize why I was brought here. And I will accept this destiny of mine. Miku. Thank you for everything.
Ever since that day, I stopped seeing things that other people don't see.
It's like a movie, and yeah, it was depressing. Yeah, indeed. Actually, to be honest, the ending of that, I didn't watch this. I skipped it when I was doing the test playthrough, just for the purpose of, I'll see it tonight. Yeah, it definitely does get a lot sadder than I thought it did, as far as what it is, but also the idea of, like, what the element of the story is with these two siblings. Their tortured past specifically, and how it ties to that. And it is like a movie, definitely, but as I mentioned, because there's no subtitles to this game, I wanted to keep quiet during that. But yeah, that is Fatal Frame, the first one. It definitely is kind of a downer, if you want to put it that way, but it is something that... It does fit with what the perspective of the game is in a lot of ways. And yeah, to go back to the stuff with the voice performances, like, yeah, that definitely sounds a lot different for Lenny Hart as far as her as Kyrie, but also, we also heard in there, we heard Dominic Allen as Mafuyu, who is Brad Bird's Virtua Fighter 5, and most recently Max Brass in ARMS. And then also, Miku is Rumiko Varnes, who, as I mentioned, was Alien Mega Man X7. Robert Sushi was every other voice, basically. I didn't find much as far as her, but I think she did a lot of uncredited roles in Shenmue 2. And there was also the character I think we saw last time, Junsei Takamine, who actually is the author guy that Mafia really likes, who is voiced by Matt Logan, who is Leonard in Silent Hill 3, and also is in Mega Man ZX Advent as Master Thomas. And he was also interesting enough, the narrative for the first Dance Dance Revolution game. It's more like a B-movie. Yeah, as far as the voice, that's true. And you do get ranked like Resident Evil. In that case, it's 6 hours total, including how we played it last year, and the points you get. So in that case, yeah, it definitely is a B-movie as far as its voice performances, although I think with some of the later ones, from what I understand, they did up the quality a little bit to some degree, which I think helps with some of the later ones. I mean, I think the story works pretty well for what it is now, but with upping the voice performances for some of the later stuff, that probably helps it. But again, maybe for the era of stuff like Resident Evil, where it seemed like kind of cheesy, although I don't think it necessarily undercuts the power of this, which there's something to be said about that. By the way, when you beat it, you unlock battle mode and sound test, and then special functions. I'll show those off before we end this, and yeah, save the game in order to get access to this, or otherwise you're not going to see anything. Yeah, definitely a perspective of that, and an interesting one as far as that. I'll give my final piece on this after we show off those things. yeah, we do go back to the title screen to see the Tecmo who made it. It's based on a true story. So you go into load game. Go in your memory card slot on the clear data right there. Alright, so it's about 6 hours, so not too bad. Alright, so you also get story mode. You can start from the chapters. You know, I'll look at this. You also have alternate costumes, I believe, for Miku. Yeah, you have a special one. I don't know what it is. Actually, no, we'll look at what it is a little later. But first thing I'll do is go on the sound test. You listen to the music on this nice old-style, you know, radio. Yeah, the battle mode. I'll show the battle mode off. I'll show it briefly. You know what? I can show the special costume here. You also choose your loadout for the camera as far as what power-ups you have from playing through the game. So everything I got unlocked for this we have in place. You also have a special function to unlock. You can unlock the zoom, which I mentioned is in this game. You just have to beat the game for it, and you have to pay 8,000 or 80,000 points to unlock it. I don't have that, unfortunately, so we can't use it. But yeah, we have everything set there. You have your film. You do saves, and then do the photographs to save, and do mission. You know, let's do one of these. Let's do the broken neck. Just to show what this is, and also show the alternate costume of Miku. Because I can unlock different costumes for the purpose of this. I think a lot of the Fatal Frames tend to do that. Alright, ready? Go. Alright. And, you know, there is my outfit, so I definitely look more like a, I don't know, a news reporter, schoolgirl look, but anyway. So basically you just do the stuff here, and you do have, as far as the items you have, let me show that. You run a different item set before. You have one Spirit Stone, so you can use one auxiliary. It's like Catherine. Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. At some point I do want to do that game, but I also have to decide. I'll have to look into that perspective, because I think I can only do the Xbox 360 version because there's visible nudity in the Switch release. I have to skip some of the cutscenes. Or what maybe what I'll do is I'll play the game and skip some of that stuff, but then put it in, like, do mosaics on the top of it. Mixing horror, there's another genre. Yeah, that's a good point. Because Catherine, for people in the audience who might not be aware, Sweetverse, you're aware, I would think, because you're a Persona fan, because by the people who made Persona. It's a mixture of sort of horror, but also a little bit of a puzzle game to a certain degree. If you ever played something like Hubert or Echochrome, it kind of plays like that. But it also is kind of got a little bit of dating sim, or even just the idea of, you know, the choice concept, because you run into these cases in that game where you have to make decisions on certain things to get multiple endings for it. And some of them get actually to some surprisingly, you know, personal and dark stuff, including one of them I remember is that, they ask you, is like, if your significant other had a fetish for infantilism, you can look up what that is, by the way, if you do not know. Would you satisfy it? So, and then they give you, like, the leaderboard ranking of how many people answered a question, and they randomly generate that, at least. So it makes it kind of interesting. At some point, I do want to do Catherine, but as I said, I have to look into what I'm going to do to play it, because I have it on the 360, I have it on the Switch, but some of the adult content cases, like, I'll have to figure out, because I know there's visible nudity in the Switch edition. Is a game about cheating? Yes, it is. As far as relationships, and just to go into, you know, we'll do another mission, and just to go into that game, it's a game I think that came out just the right time, honestly, as far as looking at that perspective of gaming, because it came out right after Duke Nukem Forever came out, and you're thinking, like, oh god, how insanely ugly, even for the kind of game that is. I mean, that's not even like how the other ones where it's like, dirty fun. It's like, yeah, it's really ugly, but then you have Catherine coming out showing, like, hey, we can have an M-rated game that looks at adult aspects like that in a very smart way that's also a lot of fun to play. I adore that game. That's a game that actually, I bought that before I met some of my roommates in one of my last semesters of college. I put off hanging out with them just because I wanted to play that game so much. I met them and was, you know, cordial and all that, but I was so addicted. I was like, I gotta play this game. I gotta beat this thing, and I loved it. So that's one, I definitely will see how we can play that. I do want to show that, because that game is awesome. And a very great observation as far as, you know, let's do a save on this for the purpose of what these are. Because I think, yeah, it does give you the clear, but it also holds on to your stuff with the battle mode. All right, and they do rank you on those as well. You know, I do want to check going into the story mode just to see, because you can basically then select missions, or can you? Okay, it's not giving me the option even to go up there to chapter or anything. All right, let's look at this. This is probably going to be the opening cutscene, in which case I'm going to skip it because we showed it for part 1. Yeah, because the opening of the game, by the way, for part 1, which is on the YouTube site, which is not as good a part as this, I will tell you. That was me at, you know, less tech, and also me not really knowing what I was doing. You actually, the game starts actually with you as Mafiu, and basically you're going in the mansion to find your writer friend perspective. Maybe these are out this night for pleasure. The ghost, yeah, maybe. That's a good point. And I guess also going to the Catherine perspective as it goes as well. But yeah, I mean, but in this case also, it's also because of what's going on with part of the ritual. But yeah, that's also the same thing with the game. So yeah, this is basically going through the game again. Oh, and you get ghost list. Okay. Okay, so that's different. So basically you can also see perspective of each of the ghosts we saw, the first ghost we encountered. And I guess it goes into all the ghosts from before. Okay, so there is a success ratio they give you on the back of hidden ghosts. Yeah, that's a good point. Get it? Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, sorry, I was looking at something over here. Yes, I do. Alright, so, yeah, alright, that is, the take on Fatal Frame that way. And the Birdman, Yai, Takemine, who... Okay, this is the ghost novel. This is the novelist, the guy here that, Mafia wanted to find. Here he is. We found him. He is, you know, amongst the people who are gone. There's vengeance in the wall, the woman that was crushed that we saw, the pull-ins, all that stuff. Alright, so it gives you a little more replay value, and I guess that's something interesting about this game in that case, is that it gives you more stuff for the purposes. You know, we're going to exit this, and we're going to go... Actually, you know what? Let's go back in. I'm going to go to the pause menu, because I do want to show one thing off for this game before we go, because if you hold on the pause menu for a while, you know, just go to story... Start, skip this, and then I'm going to just hit start on when we get in.
I wonder how long it's been.
Yeah, it's been a while. Oh, right, the Symphony of the Night death quote. Right, I forgot about that, too. You're right. It's been so long since I played Symphony of the Night, but I think we got to do that for this show, and at some point we will. All right, I'm going to pause here, because when I have this, you know, leaving for a while, you're going to get a little bit of a effect of this. I was like, oh, yeah, Mafia's still talking over the pause. I did not know that. Alright, but yeah, that is Fatal Frame. Protorova, thank you for recommending this game to me to play. I had a lot of fun doing it. I really got into the story, into the atmosphere, into how it looks. It looks still really good as far as the PlayStation 2 is concerned, and also with the tech was running about 20 years ago. It is a unique take on the survival horror genre. It is very hard in a couple places. Thank you. Oh, of course, anytime, Dollyfin, and thank you very much for, you know, tuning into the show. But yeah, it is a very unique take on a survival horror game. If you haven't played this, it is worth your time if you like what you're seeing. It's not gonna, you know, be easy on you, but it is also something that you do get a sense of, yeah, you know, you're gonna get better. And it isn't something that starts out insanely difficult. It's just that it gets harder later. And sometimes you get cryptic with the puzzles and the idea that you're kind of backtracking a lot. But honestly, I don't think it does it that badly. And I think the thing in this game is you're into the atmosphere so much. You know, just let us go out for pleasure. The night is still young. Oh yeah, you're right. That is from Symphony of the Night. And I do remember that now that you're mentioning it, Sweet Verse. So thank you very much for that. At some point, we're going to do some Castlevania stuff. I definitely want to do some Castlevania stuff for next Halloween, but I don't think I'm necessarily going to wait that long to do another game for that. Well played. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed watching this. I had lots of fun playing this game. If you're curious about it, this is on the PlayStation 2. It's about $40, $50 now. It's a little much, but it's not Kuon. It's not Rule of Rose. It's not Haunting Ground, which is by Capcom, which is another one that's really expensive. So in that case, it's not going to cost you too much. And actually, it is cheaper than the Xbox version, which is shocking. Usually it's the other way around. Usually the PS2 version tends to be more than the Xbox. In some cases, actually, Castlevania Curse of Darkness is another case of that, which is why when we do that, we'll do Xbox. But I still have to get a copy of that. But it is on Xbox, which is about, I think, $60, $70. It does have an extra ending on Xbox, so there is a little bit of an incentive for that. I can put an edit in here to what's different as far as the ending, or what's different between the other endings, of which there are 2 in this version and 3 in the Xbox, because there's an extra one the Xbox version adds. And this is also available on PlayStation 3. You can download for $10 on the PSN store. However, as I mentioned at the beginning of the program, Sony took out the ability to buy stuff off of the PlayStation Store for the PS3 and I think the Vita directly. So you have to go through a kind of roundabout way to add funds from the PlayStation website and then go back to your PS3 or Vita to download stuff. But that is the cheapest way. If you have a PS3, this is up there for that, as is Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly, and Fatal Frame 3, The Tormented. In fact, I probably will, at some point, download Fatal Frame 3 off of that just because it's cheaper. That, I think, is like $70, $80 on the PS2. And that was only on PS2. But next time we come back to this franchise, which I don't know when that's going to be, we'll look at Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly, which I have for the Xbox, which has extra stuff because it's a director's cut as opposed to the first Fatal Frame. That's another one that's gone up a bit, but I got it cheap years ago, and it's one that I should probably come back to. But yeah, if you like what you see, you like survival horror games, you like a different take on survival horror with this kind of Japanese horror milieu of aspects of, Shinto rituals and things like that, or the idea of juxtaposing between different points of time, yeah, it was a good choice, and it was a good recommendation on Protorova, your part. Thank you very much for that recommendation. I'm definitely looking forward to getting with you in January when we start The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. But yeah, this being the end of the show for tonight, I'm going to go through the itinerary of what the next couple of weeks of the program are going to be looking like. Next week, we'll be back on a Saturday. We're going to be playing another game on Sweet Versus Request, although I think you're going to be Electverse as it is next week because, we're coming up to Halloween in 2 days, which have a happy Halloween, everybody, just to go into that, and hope you enjoyed tonight's Halloween episode, though a couple days early. Anyway, next week, on the request of Sweetverse, we are going to be playing Super Mario Land for the Game Boy. I'm going to be using the Super Game Boy, I think, to run that, because anytime I do a Game Boy Advance game, I'll need to use the Game Boy player for the GameCube. So I think, since I haven't shown the Super Game Boy off, and talking about, already cases with the game being short, that's going to be a short one. But if nothing else, I can at least showcase stuff off of the Super Game Boy accessory for the Super Nintendo, which lets you play Game Boy games on it. Basically, anything that's not a Game Boy Color exclusive game, we'll get into that. We'll do it next week. The week after that, good night, everyone, and have a happy Halloween. You too, Dolly Finn. Yeah, the week after that, we're going to be doing Sonic 3D Blast for the Sega Saturn as the 11th entry of Super Sonic Games Saturday. The week after that, alright, here is what happens, by the way, when you stay on the screen a while. Get these bloody handprints. Likewise, yes. So there you go. We're getting our horror aspect on as you get those handprints going on the screen. And if you move the analog stick or D-pad, they go away. But yeah, alright. So next week is Super Mario Land. The week after that is Sonic 3D Blast Saturn. And then, yikes. Yeah, yikes indeed on that. The week after that, we're going to be going back to Kingdom Hearts for Part 3. I'll have to get a sense of how we're going to end for that one. But yeah, that's going to be on the 20th of November. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to that too, and to hit all these other games that we've got. And then the week after that, I'll go into this a little briefly, and we'll go in more as the weeks go on, is going to be the second annual genre showcase. And actually, this is another thing I want to thank Protorova for. Last year, Protorova said to me, sounds great. Well, thank you. I appreciate that you're looking forward to the shows. But Protorova said to me, I want to see Life Force from Konami. And also, on top of that, it made me thinking, where has the fight shooter genre gone? So I said, you know what? Let me go through a bunch of different games in that genre to take a look at it. I called it the Super Old Game Saturday Shooter Showcase. That was the weekend after Thanksgiving, because it fits the idea of you're going to have this big meal, feasibly, around Thanksgiving. So I have a lot of options. So I'm saying this year, we're going to be doing that again for a different genre. We're going to be doing for fighting games. I got a bunch of fighting games for the Xbox 360, or that will run on the Xbox 360, that we're going through. I'm going to have about 20 of them, so we're going to give them a little bit of a rapid-fire stuff. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite ones of the streams I did, just because in that case, it gave me the opportunity to go through a lot of things at once, and also get a sense of what a genre is looking like, what that genre is looking like. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm glad you're thinking that, and I do have a couple games that I know you want to see. I know, actually, one of them is going to be BlazBlue Continuum Shift Extend, as far as one of the ones we're going to look at. But we're going to get a whole picture of what that genre is looking like as far as the Xbox 360 and original Xbox stuff as well. And there's going to be some interesting stuff in there that's also going to go into the backwards compatible case of the Xbox 360, so I don't think you're going to want to miss what I got on tap for that one. That's going to be 2 days after Thanksgiving, so Thanksgiving weekend. That's going to be an annual custom, by the way, for the show now. The weekend after Thanksgiving, we're going to have a smorgasbord of a genre. And if you have any suggestions where you want to see that for the next couple of years, let me know, and we can make it happen. On top of actually another showcase show, which is going to be on Memorial Day weekend, which we did in the Mayweather Treasures 1 last year. We're going to be doing 2 next year for 2022, and then 3 for 2023. So yeah, I'm planning to show out far, actually. I like what this has become, and I want to keep it going, and thank you very much, chat, for helping make this show what it is, and make me enjoy this every week, just coming in, going around, and, you know, mixing up with all of you out there, all you guys and gals. Thank you very much. I cannot extend my gratitude to you all enough for that. As I said, anything you want to see for the show, let me know. We'll make that happen. And next year, I think how it's going to work is I think each month I'm always going to pick one game that the chat wants to see. And I have a long list of stuff you've requested. I keep track of what the chat listing is. So, yeah, don't worry. We mentioned the Console Wars program before. It's like, it says, like, keep giving those suggestions. We will get to them. Yeah, I will get to them. I promise you that. Thanks all. Well, thank you, Dolly Finn. Thank you, Sweetverse. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for watching Super Old Game Saturday, the Friday edition. Next week will be on a Saturday, though, for real in that. But have a great night. Have a great weekend coming forward. A happy Halloween. Have a great week coming forward. I will see you next Saturday for Super Mario Land for the Game Boy. Until then, keep being awesome. Thank you very much for everything. Thank you very much for making the show what it is. Bye-bye, Dolly Finn. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a happy Halloween, and take care.